other thing you notice is that they don't give up offense.
Absolutely. It's a tremendous defensive team. And, of course, on offense, we'll look for Troy Swittenberg, number 1 for Norristown. He has 1,366 yards on the ground on the season. And then, of course, quarterback Chris Blake, number 13, has passed for over 1,000 yards for Norristown. His favorite receiver is number 17, James Edmonds.
And don't forget, when Swittenberg got hurt against North Penn, Audley Stewart stepped in, and they didn't miss a beat. He can run the ball, too.
They have tremendous depth on Norristown. And, of course, for the Bucks, we'll look for the leading rusher, of course, Dustin Picciotti, 1,153 yards on the season. And I know a young fellow that you're very fond of, Dave Edwards, number 21. He's rushed for over 500 yards on the season. And, of course, the fine quarterback, the sophomore, number 8, Mike Oriel, an outstanding passer.
Coming right at you right now.
Developing with every game, and he loves to throw to Sean Michael Janssen, among others. He's number 10.
And again, the Bucks have a lot of things going for them. They're playing at home. They're playing with experience. This is a team that has been in the playoffs before. Mm-hmm. They handled North Penn easily last week, whereas Penn Ridge gave Norristown quite a battle. It's tough to win 2 games in a row on the road when you're in the playoffs. Norristown won up a Papa Yoder last week.
Yep.
This week they're going into War Memorial, and you know how tough it is to win here.
Absolutely. CB West right now on a 27-game winning streak, just a tremendous, 26-game winning streak, and it's just become commonplace for the Bucks, but it's not that easy. And tonight, this should be a great high school battle.
Now, I got in the word they had the toss before the game. Norristown, as we understand it, has won the toss.
Mm-hmm.
So they will have the choice for the first half, if our information is correct.
Okay.
We'll go down to the middle of the field and see if we can pick up the officials.
First. Number 13 is Captain Blake. Number 51.
And they're introducing caps. You can see the rain falling right now.
Slight rain.
It's a light rain.
Is
It's
Captain
a
Wilson.
pretty good night for
76
football.
is
Temperatures
also
in the low
Captain
50s.
Wilson. Number 79
Well,
is
let's listen to
Captain
the
Carver.
official.
Number 25, Captain Ortiz. And number 9 is Captain Buckley.
See if
You
we
guys
pick
can
them
shake
up
hands
right
now.
They're shaking hands to say Norristown has won the toss. After the introductions, we'll see.
Norristown, you have won the toss, so we will let
See
them
right
know
here, they've
you've
won the toss.
They're
You
going
are
to
going to
defer, I think.
receive.
Let me see what's going on.
Defend the scoreboard, so if you would please put your backs there. You guys with your backs here.
So
That's
now we'll
good
see.
right
They've
there.
won the toss,
Norristown.
and they will receive the ball. They want the ball first, so they want to try and do something. You got to think what's going to happen, Marty, is they want to move that ball against CB West. Now, North Penn did this last week. You see the rain coming down. North Penn did this last week. They moved the ball very well, and then an untimely fumble kind of turned things around
Absolutely.
for them.
And you know, Bob, I think that certainly the slight rain will probably affect the passing game and the defensive backs more so than the running game. Running CB West, of course, more of a straight-ahead team. Norristown, Swittenberg, they'll go around the corners, but it's that passing game. I think both quarterbacks tonight will be able to pass the ball with defensive backs not knowing
And
where
that's
the receivers
exactly
are
it.
going.
People think that when it rains, the passing game is affected badly
Right.
on the offense. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
The receivers know where they're going.
Yeah.
The quarterback knows where he's throwing. The only problem might be is it might be a little bit of a wet ball. But the defensive backs are the ones
Yeah.
who pay because they've got to backpedal, they've got to move, and they've got to cut quickly. And you can see some backs fall down. Don't underestimate Oriel. He can throw the ball.
Absolutely. He's passed for over 1,000 yards on the season. This pregame show has been brought to you by Video Computer Store. For computers up to 70% off, call 1-800-600-8005 or visit their new location only 10 miles from Doylestown on 611 North in Plumsteadville. Video Computer Store. Nobody does it better. John Price on the field.
Hey, guys, we were talking about the weather a little bit earlier up in the booth, and I just wanted to let you know that so far the field's really not in that bad a shape. I think it started to rain about an hour and a half ago. The temperature's not too cold. If it goes like this off and on, there may not be that many weather difficulties. If it continues on, we could have something in the fashion of the North Penn CB West game where it was a big neutralizing factor. Another quick comment here before Bob says it is you can see my new Ventresca's tie, and it's another beauty from Len. So I'll send it back up to you guys for now.
John, I'm telling you, John, the Ventresca ties are fabulous. And you talk about every color of the prism. It's unbelievable. So, right now, CB West about to kick off. Bob Tumblety should be doing the honors for West. He does come out with his teammates. And back deep for Norristown will be Audley Stewart, along with number 1, I believe that's also Troy Swittenberg. Yes, number 1 is Swittenberg. He will have to watch 5. Stewart will also have it.
And you know what, Bob? In a game like this, 2 evenly matched teams, special teams could be a huge factor in this game.
Absolutely. Now, let's see what they do. Now, they've come up against some great kick returners. Heike Johnson, people like that. They kicked it high and they kicked it short. Mm-hmm. Norristown has some people. Damian Solomon, who can also run the ball back very well, is up there, as well as Brian Gordon. So let's see what Tumblety does. He's lining it up in the right hash mark, which is a little bit different than usual. And we are just about ready for football. Tumblety lines it up at the 40, waiting for the back judge. The whistle blows, and we are ready for football. Tumblety approaches it. Let's see how he hits it. It's a high, short one again. This one will go to Solomon at the 22. Doesn't have a whole lot of room, and he's brought down at the 25. Knocked out of bounds nicely on the play by Andrew Elsing.
Nice play by Elsing, and that really, I think that Coach Pettin and the west sideline certainly have to breathe a sigh of relief, because those Norristown kick returners can certainly bring it back at any point all the way.
So the ball is at the 25-yard line. It'll be placed just outside the 25, put it at the 26, and that is where the Eagles will take possession. 1st and 10, wearing their white jerseys with blue numerals and blue trousers. Of course, the Mighty Bucks in their gold pants with the black jerseys and the gold numerals. 1st and 10, Blake brings them out over the ball. Backs are split. Now they show a trips backfield. And on 1st down, I think we're going to have some movement in the line, and I think that Norristown's going to go back 5.
Interesting, and that Norristown starts with a full house backfield, Bob. It's going to go against Norristown.
It is against Norristown.
We'll go over that Norristown offensive line while we're at it. We have the tight end is number 30, Jameel Butler. 78 is Doug White. 66 is Yaboa Kabold. 51 is Troy Ellis. 71 the center, Mike Gignard. And 56 the tackle, Chris Brown.
Okay, so after the 5-yard penalty, the ball goes back to the 21-yard line.
Of course, Norristown coached by Roger Grove in his 23rd season at the helm in Norristown.
Okay, so on 1st down, they show the trips look before, and they show it again, full house backfield. Modified wing T. Back to pass is Blake. It's tipped beautifully on the play, and I think that was Brian Buckley.
No, that was actually Andrew Elsing again.
Elsing again.
Elsing with the tackle on the kickoff, and now the knockdown on the first pass of the game from Blake. That just shows, though, it's very interesting. Norristown sets up in a full house backfield, or a trips backfield as you call it, and they come out and throw the ball on 1st down, even though it was 1st and 15. That's something of a surprise.
Well, he tried a little bit of surprise. They were looking for Edmonds, but Elsing got his hands up, got in the passing lane, knocks it down at 2nd and 15. Staggered backfield. Tailback is Swittenberg. On 2nd and 15. Handoff goes to Swittenberg. Breaks it to the outside. He's got 5. He's got 8 yards. Make it 3rd and about 7.
Go over that West defensive starting team. The tackle is Bob Bowser, number 68. Number 9, the other tackle will be Brian Buckley. 21, defensive end Dave Edwards. 20, defensive end Andrew Elsing. The linebackers are 33, Dustin Picciotti. 23, Greg Kinzel. And 84, Brian Callahan. And your defensive backs, 10, Sean Michael Janssen. 32, Damian Smith. 11, Dave Cameron. And 4, Ryan Blumgren.
Crowd is into it right now. A single setback slot to the wing to the left side. On 3rd down, back to pass. It's Blake over the middle, almost intercepted. Camburn in perfect field position, almost intercepted that ball that was intended for, I believe, for Damian Solomon, but Camburn had perfect position. Solomon actually had to make the defensive play to knock it away.
Nice first defensive stand by West. Good pass rush once again by 20 Elsing on that last play.
Interesting strategy, though, by Grove and his staff. They tried to pass on 1st down. They had to pass on 3rd down after the penalty on 1st down, but they did not. Swittenberg had the ball one time, got actually 9 yards to make it 4th down and 6.
It's Trey Hadrick going to punt for Norristown, Bob.
Adwick is back standing inside his own 20. He gets a little high snap, but he gets it away. It's an end-over-end wobbler, bouncing straight up in the air, and it'll be fielded there by Camburn. Breaks it out over midfield to about the 47-yard line of Norristown. And it'll be 1st and 10 for CB West there.
A nice 9-yard return from Dave Camburn. We'll go over that West offensive unit as we start. Matters, their offensive line is 68, Rob Bowser, 66, John Tour, 72, Chris Havener, 79, Big Ben Carver, and 76, Joe Wilson. The ends are 89, John Wilson, and 7, Matt Carey. Dustin Picciotti, 33, Dave Edwards, 21, Greg Kinzel, 23, the backs, Mike Oriel, number 8, the QB.
Now they do a quick switch. Wing to the right now. Backs in the eye. On 1st down. Pitch goes to Edwards. He won't get outside and only get a yard maybe as the pursuit was terrific. Led by number 3 on the play. That was Darrell Johnson, and he only allowed him a yard gain.
And also the punter, Trey Hadrick, making a fine stop there. Now, it'll be interesting here, Bob. I would think, I don't know about you, but I would think that West will stay early on with the running game. I think they have to establish that ground game, and that will certainly open things up for Oriel to pass the ball later on. But they want to establish the line of scrimmage, obviously.
On 2nd and 9, backs line up in the eye. Kinzel, wing to the right. Let's see if he goes in motion. On 2nd down, the handoff goes. It's to, oh my, look at him go. Picciotti down to the 25 to the 23-yard line. Oh, my word. Picciotti got the ball, a big haul, and he almost broke it.
23 yards for Picciotti on the carry. Just a tremendous gain. Right off left tackle. And, behind that huge and fine offensive line of CB West.
Dustin Picciotti takes it down to the 22-yard line. 1st and 10. 9:50 to go in the first quarter. No score. The Bucks on a drive. Now a power eye. On 1st and 10. Handoff goes underneath. It's Picciotti again. Breaks it inside the 10. The 5. Touchdown! Central Bucks West. Oh, they made it look easy.
We said West would like to establish the line of scrimmage. I think they certainly have in the first 2 plays right there.
Well, Picciotti Pike just added an extra lane. It's usually inside the 10, but this was Picciotti Expressway today. 2 carries into the end zone, 46-yard total runs.
If you give Picciotti that opening break through the line, he's just a steamroller. There's no way to bring him down in the defensive backfield.
So with 9:38 to go in the first quarter, Tumulty will try to make it 7-0 out of Bill Stone's hold. Snap down, the kick is low, but it's good. And I'll tell you what, great job done by Bill Stone and Tumulty because this is a brutal field to play on right now.
Absolutely.
Kick is good, it's 7-0.
Get a look at the CB West band, and these fans are really excited.
Really
excited here.
And here we are.
For the district championship tonight. Just a great moment. Now, Norristown, of course, it's only 7-0. Don't count this team out yet. They have a lot of offensive firepower, but certainly the rest of this first quarter will be very important to see if Norristown can establish something on offense.
Absolutely. So, Roger Grove can't be happy about this because, again, Norristown is a team that has not given up a lot of points, but I'll tell you what, they made it look easy there. They gave it to the horse, and they opened up 2 huge holes off the left side. A touchdown-saving tackle on the first run down to the 23, but nobody was stopping Dustin Picciotti the second time.
Yeah, 48 yards on 2 carries there for Picciotti. Just tremendous rushing right behind that offensive line. Both times it was behind the left side of that offensive front, too.
Absolutely. So, only 2 minutes and 22 seconds gone in this game, and it's already 7-0 CB West. Now, Tumulty kicked it from the right hash mark. Here he goes again. He's going to take it back over there. Kicked it high and he kicked it short. And the thing about the special teams, you saw how they kept their lanes. Solomon got the ball. He had nowhere to go when he caught that ball.
That's right. So that footing is treacherous, especially for the kicker. We saw that on the extra point. And like you said, that was a fabulous play for Tumulty to make that extra point while he's sliding like that.
And Stone to hold the ball. Wasn't a perfect snap, and he did a great job. So Tumulty lines it up on the right hash mark again. Hits it. Again, high and short. It'll come back to Solomon at his own 20-yard line. Tries to break to the right side, and he won't get there. He won't get there, and right there on the tackle, let's see, was that Janssen?
That was actually Mark Roth, number 88 on that tackle.
Okay, number 88.
Fine play by Roth on special teams.
Absolutely. 6 foot, 160-pound junior. A lot of juniors and sophomores.
That's the amazing thing about this West team, and that it's experienced. I mean, they've been through the wars last year, a 15-0 state championship season, but a lot of underclassmen on this team.
Absolutely. And the Suburban 1 has a lot of underclassmen. You North Penn with a lot. Norristown has a lot of underclassmen. And you look at Swittenberg is a sophomore. Stewart is a junior. They're going to be back. It's going to be an exciting team. Anyway, wing to left in motion right now. And the handoff goes to Swittenberg. He breaks through the line. He'll get about 5 on the carry.
Yeah, well, that's a fine play there. Pichotti on the tackle with a number of Bucks. You know, they've got to put a lot of helmets on Swittenberg because if you just go one-on-one with him, he's going to break most tackles or certainly juke a guy out.
Now, one thing that I'm sure the coaching staff is saying to them, look, guys, it's early. 7-0. We can't worry about that. Let's go back and play our game. We score, it's a brand new ball game again. So he gets 5 on the carry, makes it 2nd and 5.
This is a Norristown team, very experienced. They'll know what to do.
Swittenberg is lined up solo in the backfield, wing to the left. Back to pass goes Blake. This time got a lot of time. Throws it for Edmonds, but throws it low and outside.
Out pattern by Edmonds, running about 20 yards deep. That's a nice timing pattern. Just that time the throw is a little bit off. But Chris Blake, an outstanding quarterback.
The wind not a factor. The flag hanging straight down. The rain is falling, but it's a light rain. It's not a real heavy rain. It shouldn't affect him too much. That one just looked like the timing was affected. That's a comeback play, and there's where it did hurt the offense. Edmonds could not cut to the stop. He had to sort of use little baby steps to get there, and the throw was low and outside. So, on 3rd and 5, backs are in the eye. Blake, back to pass.
Draw.
Oh, it's a draw. Breaking it to the outside, but not getting anywhere. Dustin Pichotti won't let him get outside. Swittenberg will be stopped short of the first down. Dustin Pichotti with a great hit.
Pichotti also, number 14 on that tackle. That's Bill Stone. Yeah, that's a good call, though, Norristown. You got to like that call, the draw, the heavy pass rush. That's the one play that can slow down that heavy pass rush of West. That and a screen, of course.
Now, this is interesting. Last time, they didn't really go hard for the block, but they got close. Let's see this time if they turn loose all the horses on them. Again, back to punt.
It's Trey Hadrick, number 9.
Right, and again, Camburn in single safety. On 4th down, standing inside his own 15. Good snap. Here they come. Oh, they almost got it. Bounces again to Camburn. He'll take it over midfield. Gets a nice block. He'll take it down to about the 45-yard line. And they came ever so close to getting that ball.
Well, West certainly winning a field position battle. Both times they've taken over an outstanding field position. The first time at the Norristown 49, and this time at the Norristown 45.
Now, you got to think Coach Pettin and his staff are going to be sitting and saying, look, we got to hold on to this ball. The less time that Swittenberg, Blake, and Stewart can have a chance, and Edmonds get their hands on it offensively, the better chance we've got. So with 7:41 to go in the first quarter and a 7-0 lead, the Bucks take over at the Norristown 44-yard line. Double wing left side. Now they broke too soon, so it's going to cost them 5. I think the right side of the line broke a little bit early, Marty.
Yes, they did. And we'll go over that Norristown defense. We haven't had a chance to set that yet. 33 is Jim Davis, the defensive end. 71 is Mike.
Dead ball.
Nose
Full
guard.
start.
They have a 4-man front. Defensive end Mike Wilson is number 15. Defensive tackle Yaboa Cobbold, number 66. Number 5 is a cornerback, Audley Stewart. 51, linebacker Troy Ellis. Number 1, cornerback Troy Swittenberg. 30, linebacker Jameel Butler. Number 9 is the free safety Trey Hadrick. And number 3 is the strong safety Darrell Johnson.
And we have the illegal procedure call. So now, again, they'll show up in that strong left formation with Dustin Pichotti, the tailback. Let's see if they shift out of that at all. They didn't last time. On 1st and 15. It is to Pichotti. Oh, boom, he goes down. Oh, my, he got crunched right at the line of scrimmage, number 51 on the play.
It was actually Doug White that made the tackle, Bob. 78 6'3", 305 pounds.
Jeff Mixie helped finish him off, but he stood him straight up. And you don't see that with Pichotti too often.
There's the man right there. That was a fine tackle. That's about the only way you can stop Pichotti at the line of scrimmage like that. A big guy like Doug White.
Something you won't hear too often. No gain on the play. The officials they may want to get a dry football here. Let's see what they've got. They've got some type of a stoppage right this second. It might be an equipment situation too. Not sure what it is, but at any rate, I think they seem to have gotten everything squared away here. So it's 2nd down and 15 after the no gain by Pichotti. Backs her in the eye. Wing to the right side is Kinzel.
Going to throw
back to pass. Oriole. He looks. Quick throw to Kinzel, and he can't get him. That was intended for Pichotti. And again, throwing a little bit off the back foot and a little bit low. Pichotti couldn't get it, so it'll be 3rd down and 15.
Well, Bob, we've seen it from both sides now. That 5-yard penalty on 1st down really can affect the team's offense. It sort of throws a team out of sync when you go up 1st and 15 instead of 1st and 10.
Absolutely, and the defense on the other side knows that they have a little more margin for error. 6:59 to go in the first quarter, 7-0 the Bucks with the lead. 3rd and 15 ball just inside Norristown territory.
How about something deep for Sean Michael Janssen here?
Possibility. Wing to the left side. Edwards goes into motion. On 3rd down, back to pass. Rolling to the right. Throws a short pass for Edwards. It'll only get the 5 yards back, and it will create a punting situation for CB West.
All right, at this stage of the game, certainly West can put Norristown back in bad field position with a fine punt here.
Yeah, and that's something they're thinking about, too. They
Sure.
can't get the 1st down. Get it in a position where on a 35, 40-yard punt, they're down inside their 10.
Absolutely. 43, Justin McDonald's going to punt the ball, and
back deep. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, he's looking certainly to get that ball inside the 15 or 10-yard line.
Trey Hadrick, as well as James Edmonds, back deep. Little high snap, gets it away. It's a nice high kick. Fair catch called for. Oh, and he almost dropped the ball, but he held on to it there.
Great punt.
Absolutely super punt.
That is a beautiful punt by McDonald.
And I said that was Hadwick. It wasn't. It was Audley Stewart back there who made the catch. But the ball is down at the 7-yard line. And you wonder if you might not have done better to just let that ball bounce inside the 10.
No.
But he did what he thought was best, and the Eagles will start out at actually their own 8-yard line.
This is a team that has a fine balance of rushing and passing, so they're not afraid starting inside their own 10.
Backs are split behind Blake. On 1st down, the handoff goes to Swittenberg. Tries to find some room to the outside. He's got the corner almost turned, but he can't quite get it. Gets to about the 10-yard line. Stringing it out well was West, and they'll bring him down for a gain of maybe a couple of yards.
Bob, that was a nice play by Greg Kinzel, who made sure, number 23, made sure Swittenberg was not going to go to the outside. Because if he turns the corner there, he can go 92 yards in a flash.
Well, you want to keep him from getting out to your outside shoulder. That's what they teach you. You try to keep him inside your shoulder, and that's exactly what they did. If he's going to cut it, he's going to have to cut it back, and that's where your pursuit's coming from. So on 2nd and 9, after the 1-yard gain, the ball up to the 9-yard line, backs are split behind Blake. Back to pass. Looking, throwing. Oh, and look at that catch. What a catch by Edmonds at the 20-yard line. A one-handed job, and a beauty it was.
That's as good a fine a catch as you'll see all season. Like you say, a one-handed catch, a beautiful catch by James Edmonds, who's the leading receiver on this Norristown team. He's over 300 yards receiving on the season, but that's a sensational one-handed catch. A nice throw, too, by Blake, but a great catch by Edmonds.
Actually, the ball was just a touch behind him, but he tapped it right to himself. There were 2 black jerseys right there. If that ball's tapped anyway, it's an interception for West. But as it is, a 1st down for Norristown. They have the ball at their own 20-yard line, and they are out of trouble right now. Backs are in the eye. On 1st down, handoff goes to the up back. And carrying it for some good yardage there is Johnson, I believe that is. And he'll get about 12 and another 1st down for the Eagles.
Darrell Johnson, a senior, 5'11", 175. As always, Norristown always has 2 or 3 fine running backs. And you look for Swittenberg, but Johnson comes right at you. Bob, I think certainly as the night goes on, we'll look for Edmonds to do maybe an out and up, that little out pattern he's run a couple of times, certainly he'll try and turn it up before this night's over.
I would think so. Backs in the eye on 1st and 10. Now the ball at the 33-yard line. Blake looks like he may be audibling at the line. It's a deep handoff to Swittenberg. He breaks outside, but he's not going to get out of the backfield. He'll lose about a half yard. Greg Kingsell among the many tacklers to bring him down. And also coming up off the pile is number 84, Brian Callahan. And you'll hear his name called frequently throughout.
Fine play by Callahan. He's a 6'3", 215-pound junior. But right now, we saw Norristown. This is a team that started at their own 8 on this drive. Now they've got the ball out past their 30. Slowly but steadily. That's a real good run for them right now.
Let's see if they try a blitz on this play, West.
Okay.
Let's see if they blitz him right now. It's a potential passing situation. Backs are split behind Blake. Edmonds split wide left. Back to pass. There is a blitz. He's hit as he throws it, and he throws it too far. They did blitz, and coming up was Angelo Pellegna from his, actually he was defensive end, but they did blitz from the right side. And Andrew Elsing had come up from his cornerback spot, and Pellegna almost got him.
Bob, what we've seen so far of Chris Blake, the quarterback, number 13, is that he has a big-time arm. You can see that. He throws the ball on a line very nicely. As we get a look there at Big Ben Carver, number 79, the outstanding offensive tackle for CB West on the sideline.
3rd down and a little more than 10 to go with 4:50 to go first quarter. CB West leading Norristown 7-0. And Blake back to pass, has some time, throws it over the middle. It's caught on a great play. Camburn hit him just as he caught the ball, but a great catch there by Solomon, and it'll be a 1st down for Norristown, and a great throw by Blake.
Beautiful throw. Like we said, he throws that ball right on the line real nicely. And also, he's getting good offensive line protection on those deep drops right now.
Well, this drive started at their own 8-yard line, has moved out to the 47-yard line.
Very impressive.
Good running, good passing. And on 1st and 10, we're under 4:30 to go in the first quarter. Backs are in the eye, wing to the right side. Edmonds split left. Blake looking over things, not calling signals. He'll have the deep handoff, and he bumps into Swittenberg, and we'll have a flag, and I think they brought him down with a face mask.
Yeah, I'm afraid that happened there. Fine play in the backfield there by 44, Angelo Polina, but I think you're right, Bob. They're going to get him for the face mask.
Well, the way he spun around, it looked like he got him with a mask, so it's going to be 15 yards. Now, I don't know if that's enough for a 1st down because he was a good 6 yards behind the line. But we'll see. I don't think it's an automatic. I think it's just 15.
It'll bring up it'll be a 1st down situation up, though.
Yeah, where they're spotting, let's see where they spot it from. Yeah, that's going to be a 1st down, I believe. If not, it's going to be 1st down either way, but it's going to be 1st and 10. Yeah, they march it off, and they'll bring it down inside the 45 to the 41. And
face mask. Defense.
1st and 10 for
1st down.
That's a tough break there.
For Norristown.
That's a tough break for West there, Bob, in that Norristown had a little mix-up in the backfield. West gets in there, makes the good tackle accidentally with the face mask, but that's the game. That's the rule.
And they did it right in front of the referee.
Yeah.
Sure, Polina, he just was trying to make the play and just got the hand up in the mask. So on 1st and 10, slot to the left side. Backs are split. Blake back to pass. Pumps now. He's got that. Oh, and he's going to go down. They tried that pump fake, and Dustin Picciotti met him from the backside, brings him down for about a 4-yard loss. A nice defensive play by Picciotti, as well as Andrew Elsing.
But you know what, Bob? That was still good pass protection. He had the ball a long time. I mean, there's a certain time that Blake has to throw the ball. Yeah, he had the ball plenty. He had certainly enough time, but nobody was open, so then Picciotti able to make the sack. But that's still outstanding offensive line protection. 2nd down and about 14 after the 4-yard loss. The ball goes back to the 45-yard line. Backs are in the eye. Slot to the left side. Right side, I beg your pardon. Edmonds split to the left. Back to pass goes Blake. He's under a rush. Throws a little screen pass for Swittenberg. He'll get the 5 and 7 and 8 yards back. Camburn finally helps to bring him down. But he's got a nice gain on a well-thrown ball and a nicely set-up play. It'll be 3rd down. On the tackle, went to Darryl Johnson. Yeah, Darryl Johnson on the nice screen. That's nicely set up. The right tackle over on the Norristown line allows Picciotti to come through, and the screen is set up nicely for Johnson. That's a real good call there to really slow down that pass rush of West.
So on third down, it'll be third down and about 7. Let's take a look at the replay here.
This is a Ventresca's custom clothier and formal wear replay.
And you see right now Johnson gets a pass tackled by a host of players, but not until he got a lot of the yardage back, make it third down and about 6. Backs in the eye. Blake, deep handoff to Swittenberg, and he's belted by Kinzel. He'll make it to about the 35-yard line. It'll bring down 4th and 5, and you got to think from here, Marty, they'll go for it.
Absolutely. That was a great tackle by Kinzel. That replay that we saw, of course, brought to you by Ventresca. Ventresca Custom Clothiers and Formal Wear, located at 145 West State Street in Doylestown. Ventresca's, your full-service men's store. But yes, we come up 4th and 4 here. And what's so great about this Norristown team is they've been able to pass and run on this drive. So certainly there's no knowledge of West is what the Norristown will do. We have a timeout for West.
West has called a timeout. They want to talk about this. This is an important down, Marty.
And this timeout brought to you by Domino's. Since we're in a timeout, we're sponsored by Domino's Pizza. Why not take a moment and give Domino's a call, and you'll get your fresh, piping hot pizza.
Now, they brought one to us, I'll tell you. This
delivered to your door in about a half hour. That's Domino's Pizza. But Bob, let's look here. We have 4th and 4 for Norristown. I would expect to see Blake on some kind of rollout looking for a receiver. I don't think they'll run it here. I think that right now 4th and 4 is a lot to ask one of their running backs to make here.
I think that West is going to go into some type of a blitz.
Okay.
And I think that a quick handoff to a Darrell Johnson underneath may get them to run right by the coverage there. I think that they think Blake's going to pass the ball. And you wonder if either a quarterback draw or a handoff to Johnson might not be the ticket here, because they're going to be coming out with their ears pinned back.
Well, one guy we haven't seen him go to yet is the tight end, number 30, Jameel Butler. And I always like the tight end in a spot like this, because the tight end usually finds himself open somehow.
Now, I say you'd say Butler. I say possibly Johnson. You know what? The go-to guy is always Swittenberg and Edmonds.
But no matter whether Norristown has stopped here or not, this has been a very impressive drive.
Very much so.
And it shows that they're certainly in this ball game.
They are a team to be reckoned with. Single setback. They are giving a passing look. So on 4th down,
2 men to the near
back
side.
to pass is Blake. Throws it wide, and is it complete? No, it's incomplete. Taking over on downs will be CB West. Threw it wide. Let's see who they tried to get on that play.
That was actually number 80, Terry Pearson.
So they tried it for Pearson. He was open, but the pass was a little wide, and I think he threw it a little bit before he wanted to, Marty.
Yeah, but certainly a nice throw by Blake, and great pass protection, and once again by the Eagle front offensive line.
So after all that, they moved the ball from their own 8 to the CB West 35-yard line, only to give it up on downs. The Bucks, with 1:35 to go in the first quarter and the lead 7-0, will take back over. Backs come out split.
Let's look for that Pichotti Express again, Bob.
He's lined up with Brian Buckley, and it goes to Pichotti. He's got 3. He's got 4 yards, 5 yards, and he turns, and he maybe gets an extra yard on that. So we'll give him a gain of at least 5 on the first carry.
And what the West offensive line did such a fine job of that time was they were able to block Doug White off the play, and the White was not able to make the play at the line of scrimmage. He had to scramble back to help make that tackle 5 yards downfield.
I noticed one thing. The 3 runs they've had to the left side have all netted some good yardage. They tried one play to the right side, and that's where he is, and they had got absolutely nothing on the play. So they're running away from him. There's no two ways about it. 2nd down, a long 4. Backs are split again. Kinzel in motion from his wing. It's a handoff, and Kinzel turned up too soon, and Pichotti is just blasted there. But Kinzel may have turned up a little bit too soon. This may cost him 5.
Nice play defensively by number 66 for Norristown, Yeboah Cobbold. Yeboah Cobbold is a 6'1", 245-pound.
Illegal motion
on the play.
And that was
offense.
Motion. What happens, what a lot of teams are doing now is the man in motion, when he gets the hit, instead of turning, will just sort of do the little dance to the left side there. You see that a lot. What happened there, Kinzel actually turned up a split second too soon. As Florian likes to say, that's good in Canadian football, but not here. And you see Mike Pettin talking to Oriole.
In Canada, you're allowed to be moving towards the line of scrimmage.
And more than one player.
Right, as long as you stay behind the line of scrimmage before the snap.
So the ball will go back. It'll be second down and about, well, again, a long 9 now instead of a long 4.
And that really gives you a good head start, man. If you can run for about 6-7 yards behind the line of scrimmage,
absolutely.
At the line and to hit the snap, you're already in full gear there.
That's why you get scores in Canadian football, 55 to 53.
All right, here we go.
All right, so second down and a long 9. Backs are in the eye. Kings will wing to the right side. Long count by Oriole. And I'll hand it off underneath to Picciotti. And Picciotti will get some of the penalty yardage back. He'll make it third down and about 6, maybe 5.
That's going to be the last play of the first quarter, Bob.
Yeah, it is going to be that. We're inside 10 seconds to go. So 12 minutes have been played. An interesting first quarter. Both teams have moved the ball smartly. Only West has put the ball in the end zone so far. So at the end of the first quarter play of this PIAA District 1 Quad A Championship playoff, the score, CB West 7 and Norristown nothing. And we will take a break and be right back.
Fantastic new Crayola paint. Just imagine Crayola colors like grape jelly for the walls, sunspot, and glitter and glow for the stars. Fun stuff like stamping and stenciling are easy with these step-by-step idea guides. With new Crayola paint, just imagine what you can do.
Shop Waring's for paint, lumber, kitchens, and tools. Open 7 days, 10 miles north of Doylestown on Route 611.
And we are back. Edwards ran the ball on third down, got about 2 yards. You saw the Barb Lynn scoreboard. Nobody does it better. The Barb Lynn Carpet One. Family owned and operated for over 50 years. Call 348-8116 or stop in and visit them at 640 North Main Street, Doylestown, for free estimates. On fourth down, punting the ball away and doing a nice job of it. They get it down and it'll be taken back by Edmonds, and he won't go far. John Price, what do you have for us? Well, we have a little trouble with getting a hold of John. We'll get things straightened away in a moment. But a nice punt on the play as getting the ball away nicely was, of course, number 43. That's Justin McDonald. And Marty, what do you got to say here?
Well, we've got John Price. You know, he's on the sideline. We'll see him soon. He's in a beautiful tie from Van Tresca's tonight. And we want to thank Van Tresca's Custom Clother and Formal Wear. They have the largest and latest inventory in all of Bucks County. 145 West State Street in Doylestown.
So, on first down, Blake the quarterback, single setback. Handoff goes to Swittenberg. Good run. He'll almost break the tackle. He'll get 7, but I'll tell you, it looks like he was going to be stopped, and then all of a sudden, kaboom, he breaks outside. He'll get 7 yards.
And it was Ryan Blumgren who made the fine tackle on Swittenberg, because if Blumgren had not come up and filled there and made that tackle, Swittenberg could have been off to the races, Bob.
Absolutely. So the second down and about 3 to go.
But very impressive by Norristown. I mean, the first time West had the ball, they just slammed the ball down their throat. Looked like it would be a 49-0 kind of game. And now Norristown has worked their way right back into it.
They made the adjustments. Backs in the eye on 2nd and 3. It goes to Swittenberg, and he breaks outside. Oh, and he could go all the way. Troy Swittenberg is off to the races. Norristown is going to make it 7-6 on a spectacular 61-yard run by Troy Swittenberg.
Sensational by Swittenberg. We've been saying all night, you give him a step, and he can go all the way from any point on the field. Showed it off right there, did Swittenberg. Very impressive Norristown comeback right now. Like we said, a lot of teams would have packed up and gone home, but this team certainly has the talent, or they wouldn't be here playing for the district title tonight.
I shortchanged him, and it was actually a 64-yard run for Troy Swittenberg, and he broke through. Great blocks at the line of scrimmage. And right now, they'll try to tie the game.
Number 90, the kicker is Matt Spitko.
So Spitko will kick it out of the hold of number 13, and that's Chris Blake, of course. Ball is ready to be snapped. Snaps a little high, gets it down, he kicks it high and long and good, and we're tied. So the crowd is silenced by that run with 10:50 to go in the second quarter. It's 7-7, and suddenly West finds himself in quite a ball game.
Well, this is the way a district championship game should be. It should not be a rout, and certainly Norristown would not be here tonight if they were a team that would be in any position to be routed by West. But that first time down the field, West looked like the big bullies. I mean, and normally we're used to seeing West like that, and certainly it's very unusual for the other team to come back like this, but this is a great Norristown team playing for its first ever district title.
Well, let's take a look and see how CB West responds to this.
Absolutely.
Because they've been kind of sleepwalking the past couple of series.
Well, I think that has more to do with the Norristown defense making a lot of adjustments. But, you certainly would have to feel that they'll go back. They'll stay with the things that have gotten them here. Pichotti up the middle, Edwards around the corner. And we haven't really seen much passing from Oriole yet, but we know that we'll see Mike Oriole throwing the ball before the night is through.
Well,
he's an outstanding sophomore quarterback.
Well, the one thing that, of course, you don't have any control over when you're coaching is the penalties, and that's what I'm talking about. 2 big penalties on CB West in the last 2 series have cost them.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's very tough when you're playing a good team to be penalized like that. Obviously, penalties and turnovers in an evenly matched game are going to decide matters.
So teeing the ball up will be Kevin, I believe that's Quaglia. I'm not sure how we pronounce that.
Sounds right, Kevin Quaglia. He's a senior, 5'8", 165. Comes up and boots the ball. Number 41,
returned by Camburn, and Camburn breaks it on the outside and almost breaks it all the way.
Well, we said, Bob, early on that special teams could make a difference in an evenly matched game, and there's a nice return by Camburn. And once again, West has good field position.
And they will take the ball at their own 43-yard line. Now, let's see how they respond. As I say, they have not been crisp the last 2 series. Now, let's see how and the Norristown, of course, having the big score, they're feeling good about things, and let's see how they line up as well. So the ball at the 43-yard line, 1st and 10, 10:42 to go in the half, tied at 7, backs are in the eye. Kinzel split to the right side. It's a handoff to Edwards. Cuts inside. He's got it. Oh, he almost broke it. Oh, my, he almost broke it.
Yes, he did. A fine run by Dave Edwards around the right side. Once again, it was Doug White, the big 305-pound stud athlete for Norristown, coming on and making the tackle, holding Edwards to an 8-yard gain, when certainly, Bob, he looked like for an instant he might go 48 or 58 right there.
He did, and you got to hand it to Doug White. 305 pounds. He caught up with him and got him, brought him down. 2nd down and 2, making it a long 2, maybe close to 3. Now Kinzel in motion to the left side. And he broke too soon again. This is going to cost him 5. Edwards with a break. Kinzel, I don't know what's happening. Kinzel's having a little trouble hearing the snap count. He's breaking it up just too soon, and this is going to go back, Marty.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's going to bring this one nice run by Edwards back.
So he's turning it upfield, and again, you talk about the thing. What they do is they just have him go laterally. As long as you're lateral, it's fine. But when you turn it upfield, and here you go, the illegal shift, and it'll cost him 5. So instead of a 1st down, it'll now be 2nd down and about 7.
Now, Edwards running the ball real nicely on these first 2 plays here on this West series. We look at assistant coach Carey there. It appears that the rain is really
illegal motion
slight right now. It has not come down that hard.
It's just it's nothing where you see it's a little bit of a light rain. Not pleasant to sit in, of course, but it's not really a downpour like we had at the North Penn game back in the middle of the season.
And once again, a huge crowd in here in War Memorial Stadium.
Norristown's brought their people out as well. They're big time on the other side. Now a full house backfield. Power eye look. On 2nd down and 8. It's a handoff, and it's counter given to Edwards. He breaks it to the outside. He may break it. He's got one man to beat. Dave Edwards to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, St. Louis West.
Tremendous run by Edwards. 57 yards. He goes for the touchdown. And there's that great West blocking up front that springs him loose. And Edwards knows what to do once he gets through that hole. Great 57-yard run. We've had some tremendous running so far tonight from both sides. Dave Edwards comes into the game with over 500 yards on the season, and he goes 57 for another touchdown for the Bucks.
I have said it before, and I'll say it again. I love that kid. He can run a football.
He gets better with every passing game.
Tumbledy out of Stone's hole. Good snap, good hold. Kick low, but good, and it's 14-7.
Woo! Well, West really showed some stuff there. Came back, got good field position. We're slowed a little bit on the penalty, but man, they're opening up huge holes. That offensive line takes control right there for the Bucks.
Well, Edwards broke it. That's the play he almost broke before when White got him. This time they blocked White out. He breaks to the outside. Great downfield blocking. That's what got him the touchdown because they had two men downfield. There were two black jerseys on him, and Edwards followed the blocks perfectly and dove into the end zone.
And Edwards showed great speed there, too. And you see on our Barb Lynn scoreboard, West leads it 14-7 in what looks like it's going to be a classic district championship game.
So, it's a little bit exciting, folks.
Oh, yeah.
Little bit exciting, I'll tell you that.
Two great teams.
Now, Norristown has the same situation that West was in. How are they going to respond? They had a big run by Swittenberg, only to be countered by a great run by Edwards. They get the ball back now, and they've got to see what they can do with it as they're down by 14-7.
And you know what's amazing is that it's 14-7, and we really haven't seen either quarterback go to the air all that much yet. And both of these quarterbacks can throw the ball downfield.
Blake did
well, a couple, but nothing real deep downfield. I mean, these are teams that can break the ball, can break the long pass too. So I mean, we could be in for a 35-30 kind of night.
And the wind has suddenly become a little factor. Look at the flag, and where it was straight down before, it's straight out now. So there is a little bit of a breeze going cross field. Tumbledy will now line it up on the left hash mark. As he'll line it up at the 40-yard line with the Bucks now back in the lead, 14-7. He hits it. This is going to be over to Swittenberg to see if it stays in bounds, and it does not. It'll bounce out of bounds. So Norristown will get great field position.
Yes, they'll take over, I believe, on their own 40-yard line. I should say, yeah, I think it's a...
I think it's 25 yards from the kick, so it would be the 35.
35, excuse me. 35, that's about the best field position they've enjoyed tonight, have the Eagles. But like we said, Blake threw the ball, had a couple of nice receptions on that, nice connections on that one drive that they brought the ball out from inside their 10, but really hasn't gone downfield more than 15 yards, and he certainly can. I mean, we're saying this could be a high-powered offensive game tonight, not because lack of defense, but because these are two outstanding offensive units.
So on 1st and 10, the ball at the 35-yard line. Backs are in the eye. And the handoff, no, it's going to be a handoff to Johnson. He won't get much. He'll get a yard maybe. As he was hit initially, tried to string it out, but Kinzel and company would not let him get outside.
And John Wilson also making a good defensive play there. The big senior, 6'3", 255, the defensive end.
So the second down and 9, we have 9:20 to go in the half. Each team has traded big runs by Swittenberg for 64 yards, by Edwards 57, and the kicks were both good, so it's 14-7.
And let's not forget about Pichotti going 48 yards and two carries.
So it's been a game of Panzer Division game, I guess you might say. So backs are in the eye on second down. Back to pass goes Blake. Under a rush. Elsing's got him. He brings him down.
That's a great pass rush that time by 20. Andrew Elsing, who's already been on 3 or 4 big defensive plays tonight.
You got a lot of names on CB West. There are 2 unsung heroes all year long. One is Dave Camburn. The other is Andrew Elsing. Andrew Elsing has come up with more big plays on defense. When you need a big play, suddenly number 20 is there. He blitzes. Now, there was a single-man blitz there. Blake tries to get away. He wouldn't let him get away, and he brings him down for a huge loss. It'll be 3rd down and about 20 yards to go. Ball back inside the 25-yard line. Backs are in the eye. Edmonds out to the right side. Man goes in motion now from his slot. Blake comes straight back.
Draw.
Hands it off on the draw play to Swittenberg. He's got 5, and then he's got nothing, and they'll bring him down. He couldn't get any kind of yardage after that as the Buck defense was ready for him, and it'll be a punting situation again. And let's see if they come after the punter for sure this time.
Brian Callahan with the good tackle, number 84 for the Bucks. You know, Norristown has gone to that draw now twice and the screen once. Good plays against the big pass rush, but that situation, just too many yards to go for any chance to make a first down.
So Camburn will go back. Let's take a look at this replay. You'll take a look at it come right at you.
That's on our Ventrestas custom clothier and formal wear slow-mo replay.
On 4th down. They come up the middle. He gets it off. It's a nice kick. Drives Camburn back inside his own 30. He'll go back and get it at the 20 and the 17. Now he'll try and get it to the outside. Not going to have a lot of room. That ball may have hit him, Marty. That ball may have hit him as it went by.
Well, I'll tell you what. That's trying to figure out my math here. That's about a 50-yard punt. It wound up being maybe 52 yards from Trey Hadrick, number 9.
Hadwick gets a nice punt, gets a good bounce. Either hit him or he just felt he had to go back and get it. But Camburn takes it, then this will be by far the worst field position. Not bad field position, the 24-yard line, but they're used to being way out toward midfield. And the backs are in the eye. Wing to the right side. Oriole on a long count on 1st down. And it's a handoff underneath to Picciotti, and he won't get much. He'll get a couple.
Yeah, that big Norristown, the interior of their line, 66, Yaboa Kabold, 6'1", 245, really stuffed things up that time for the Eagles.
So it'll be 2nd down at about 9. John Price has joined us, looking for a Domino's pizza. John resplendent.
John looking really nice in that Ventresca's tie tonight.
John is looking
doing
sharp.
a great job dressing you over there at Ventresca's.
Get a chance on a break. Let's come up to the booth and take a shot. I got something to show you. Some gorgeous shoes that they have at Ventresca's. On 2nd and actually 8. It's a Johnson on the wingback reverse. He's got the 1st down, dives. Oh, and he's tackled. Great run by Sean. Michael Johnson, great run.
Jameel Butler on the tackle, or Sean Michael Johnson might have gone a lot further. As a young man that we like a lot, Sean Michael Johnson, like to see him get the ball in the open field at least 2 or 3 times in a game. That time on the end around. That's a great play for Sean Michael, as he can use that speed and his great moves for good yardage.
They'll frequently use that as a counter. They'll use a wingback counter, but that was a straight reverse end around the end. And beautiful job. 1st down. Backs are split behind Oriole. Wing to the right is Kinzel again. He goes into motion. Handoff goes to Picciotti. He's got 3, and that's about it. He'll dive for maybe more, but I think they'll only give him the 3 yards on the game. That play's gained some good yardage, but good pursuit there by Norristown.
Yes, Norristown, of course, tough on defense. Number 5, Audley Stewart, we saw in on that tackle. And, of course, 51, Troy Ellis, the defensive signal caller for the Eagles.
The dangerous Dave Edwards checks back in the lineup after they give him Picciotti a 4-yard gain. So
yeah, you know what?
2nd and 6.
And Bob Picciotti, I mean, doesn't look like he was getting much on that, but a 4-yard gain on 1st down, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, yeah, good moves by him, and he stretches it out. So backs are split again. It's a counter give to Edwards. He'll get 3, 4. He'll get close to a 1st down. Good power by Edwards.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 1 there for the Bucks.
Well, I think everybody in the stadium's got to figure that Picciotti's going to get the ball on 3rd and 1.
You would think so. Yeah, you don't want to mess around.
Give it to your horse, or if you're close enough, and you're really not close enough, you're close enough, just let Oriole carry it himself.
Yeah.
But this is a place where you want to have the power look and get Picciotti.
If they were in Eagle territory, I think maybe you could see some kind of play action, but I don't think you'll see that here.
Picciotti is the tailback on this play. And on 3rd down, it goes to Picciotti. He's got the 1st down. He's got more. And he'll take it inside the 50 to the 45-yard line as he busted through a nice hole in the line.
And, Bob, if it wasn't for the tackle by Troy Ellis, 51, Picciotti might have been in the end zone right about now.
Absolutely. So it's a 1st down for West. They are in Norristown territory at the 45-yard line. Oriole gets the play from the sidelines, and he'll call it out. 4:14 to go in the half.
I think before West gives the ball up here, either on a score or on a punt, I think we'll see Oriole go to the air at least one time on this drive.
Backs are in the eye. Kinzel's wing to the right side. Long count. On first down, it's Picciotti. He's got 5. He's got 10. He's got 15 yards. Just like that, they're down to the 30-yard line. Dustin Picciotti busts through the hole, and he is tough to bring down when he's got a head of steam up.
Picciotti already with another huge first half, probably up there around the 75-yard mark already.
So a first down, 3:40 to go in the half.
Well, the thing is,
moved down to the 30-yard line.
I'm sorry, Bob. Piccioti's such an outstanding back, and Edwards, Oriole can throw the ball, but right now they don't need him to.
Backs are split. Kinzel wing left. It's Picciotti, and the ball's on the ground. Picked up by Oriole smartly. He'll lose yardage, but he keeps the ball.
Good play by Picciotti. By Oriole. The defensive play by Charles Monteleone, number 55. Now we could see Oriole go to the air right here. It's 2nd and long.
I think more than anything else, what they would like to do is they would like to see Picciotti carry the ball here. They're trying to get the clock to move here. I don't know that you'll see Oriole necessarily throw the ball at this point. So they'll have a second down and a long 10 as Oriole picked that fortuitous bounce up off the fumble. Backs are in the eye.
How about the tight end, Matt Carey, right here?
And it's the counter. It's a handoff to Janssen. Janssen breaks it into the secondary. Cuts into the 10 to the 7-yard line. Sean Michael Janssen on the wingback counter.
Wow, that's the man with the Hollywood name and the great moves to match. Sean Michael Janssen. We said we love to see him get the ball in the open field 2 or 3 times a night. He's already done it twice on this drive alone.
And an injured Norristown player on the field may have been the tackler. Let's take a look at this once again. Now he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Right here, he's stopped, but he breaks through, and he cuts into the secondary. Look at the deke he puts on here. He'll put a deke right about here, try to cut inside, get a few more yards. There it goes, a little hip swivel, and bring him down as Edmonds. And I think Edmonds may have been hurt on the tackle. If so, if that's Edmonds, that's a big injury.
Well, we're not sure who's down right now. West looking to punch it in and take a 2-touchdown lead. We'll go right down to John Price on the field.
Hey, guys, well, this is take 2. I'll try this again. Mr. Fabrizio, the athletic director at Norristown Area High School, was kind enough to come back and try this one more time. Down 7 points, this Norristown team gives West fits. How do you think the game's gone so far?
Well, it's gone pretty much as expected. We figured they would run the ball. We'd have a tough time stopping them. We have to score on big plays. So it's going pretty much according to the way we felt it would.
What makes this Norristown team as good as it is? What makes them exceptional from other teams in the past?
I think the unity that the players have had. This group is very, very close-knit. They all stick together. They worked out in the weight room together. And they're a great bunch of kids, and they're an intelligent bunch of kids. A lot of the players this year are in our honors classes, and they're just smart players.
How would you stack them up against Norristown teams that you've had in the past?
Well, I think, obviously, this is the first team to get this far, so I guess you'd have to say they stack up there with the best. But we've had a lot of good football teams in the past that were pretty much, I believe, one-dimensional with running. I think what sets this team apart is the fact that we can pass and we run. I think that's a fair comparison.
How valuable is the fact that Coach Grove has been with you guys for so long in a situation similar to West where Coach Pettin's been here for so long?
Well, I think we bring stability to the program. I think the kids coming up in the 9th grade know that Roger's going to be there. He's been there for 26 years. They know when they come into the program that they're going to learn what they're going to do on the varsity level. And it's just that consistency and knowing that the head coach is there and it's going to stay that way. I think that's a big plus for our program.
Mr. Joe Fabrizio, athletic director at Norristown, thanks a lot for joining us. Good luck.
Thank you.
Back up to you guys.
Thank you, John. Good interview. Good job. So, I believe, was that Edmonds?
That was James Edmonds, yes. He got up slowly. Hopefully we'll see him back. He's an outstanding defensive player and a great wide receiver.
So we are in Picciotti Pike. The ball at the 7-yard line after the great run by Janssen. Oriole on a long count. It goes to Picciotti. He'll get one and he'll take it inside the 5 to about the 4. Dustin Picciotti, as we talked about it all year, it is Picciotti Pike when you get it inside the 10. He is their go-to guy, although we have seen a few other people carry the ball inside the 10 this year,
right,
unlike last year when it was Armstrong.
Right, well, Edwards, of course, and, man, Sean Michael Janssen with a couple of huge plays on this drive. They need to block White out of there, though.
Full house backfield again. Power look to the left side.
Buckley's in
Picciotti,
there,
the sole
fullback.
tailback. He gets the ball. He cuts it to the outside. He's to the 3. He's in. Touchdown. Central Bucks West. Dustin Picciotti, 5 yards. He went around the side of the road this time, but he still scores on Picciotti Pike, and it's 20-7 with 1:31 to go in the half.
And Bob, the extra fullback in there, Brian Buckley, number 9, the senior, really doing a great job leading that block, leading Picciotti into the end zone. But that's a great run by Picciotti. The middle was closed up. He went around the left side, showed some speed, some moves, and he's not going to be denied, Picciotti.
Tumblety, who has made 2 extra points on low kicks, will try it again on a Stone's hold. Good snap, good hold. This one's nice and high, and it's good. And with 1:31 to go in the half, we had the Barb Lynn scoreboard telling you the story. It's CB West 21, Norristown 7, and West has started to take a little bit of hold of this game, but there's still $1:30 to go, Marty.
Absolutely, and this Norristown team behind Chris Blake at quarterback can throw the ball. We see they can go downfield. They can go 80 yards at a clip, at a quick clip. Now, it's very important, though. We'll see if James Edmonds, here's the touchdown right there. Nice run by Picciotti.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Good block in there, too, by Matt Carey, number 7.
Well, I'll tell you what. Just as last week, North Penn comes back, gets in the game. Suddenly 2 late scores in the half. And guess what? Just like last week, Norristown's got to do something because CB West gets the ball in the second half.
That's right. Well, I'll tell you, Norristown will not panic. As we heard, this is an experienced team. We get a good look at Dustin Picciotti right there. The man has now scored 27 touchdowns on the season. Just an incredible number of scoring plays. But Norristown not out of the shed. I still think it's going to take at least 30 points to win this game, Bob.
Well, Tumulty will get the ball again. He'll kick it off with $1:31 to go, and you've been guaranteed he's not going to kick it deep.
No, and Tumulty has done a tremendous job kicking off tonight and making sure that the Norristown players, the great Norristown deep men, are not able to get a real good running start with the play.
So Tumulty lines it up on the left hash mark again.
Now, the last time, of course, he kicked it out of bounds. But that's not a horrible play when you have these great return men back there.
So Tumulty lines it up. This is going to be longer, and it looks like it's going to go out of bounds again. They'll get the ball at the 35. But again, it's good field position, but it's not great field position.
No, and this way you don't have a chance at Swittenberg taking it back 75 yards for a touchdown, which he could do at any time.
So the ball will be placed once again at the 35-yard line. Now Blake, he's got to throw, but you got to watch out for that deep handoff because you got to think West is going to play a little bit soft here possibly.
Right.
Try and send 1 or 2 players occasionally and try and pressure Blake. But again, you've got Swittenberg, and you've already seen what he can do with the ball.
And Edmonds is not in the game. That really hurts Norristown right now.
Backs are in the eye. A little trouble with the handoff, but he gets it off to Swittenberg, and Swittenberg will get 7 on the carry.
Well, Norristown has all 3 of its timeouts left, Bob. West, of course, has 2 left. They only took 1 early on. So
right.
Norristown in good shape that way.
Norristown taking their time now as it goes inside 1:10 to go in the quarter. Edmonds has just checked back into the game.
Okay, that's good news for Eagle fans. They need him in there.
Now, admittedly, he did not look like he was running really sharp there, so we'll see how he goes off the ball. He kind of like gingerly running.
Jim Brown looking like he's all hurt, and then all of a sudden he'll go 100 yards in 10 seconds.
Could be. Backs are in the eye. Slot to the left side. Blake under center. On 50 seconds to go. The deep handoff goes to Swittenberg. Breaks it outside. Breaks 1 tackle. He'll get the midfield. He'll get the first down. It'll stop the clock.
No, he didn't get out of bounds.
But it'll stop the clock while they move the sticks.
They might have to call a timeout here.
Well, the clock will stop with 40 seconds to go. They'll move the sticks and then start it again. So you wonder what Roger Grove's got on his mind. He's got 3 timeouts left, and he's in a good position right now. Now they'll set it, and they'll start the clock.
I don't understand that.
No. Roger's been there for 26 years. He knows what he's doing far more than we do. So let's see what happens now. Solomon goes wide to the left side, Edmonds to the right. Backs in the eye. Now they're going to call timeout. Now this has got me confused, Marty.
Yeah. 14 seconds went off the clock.
This has got me big time confused. They waited 14 seconds and then called a timeout, and I don't understand that. But again, with 26 seconds to go, the ball at midfield, you got to figure they're getting it at least far enough in there where they possibly can try a field goal.
All right, at this stage, I would look to see Blake drop back to throw, maybe looking for Edmonds, and possibly for number 88, 88, Ernie Terrell. In this timeout, of course,
yes.
And you can hear our hungry announcer right here, this is a Domino's pizza timeout. Why not take a moment and give Domino's a call, and you'll get your fresh, piping hot pizza delivered to your door in about a half hour.
Which means you can call them now, and by the time it's delivered, and I'm eating one right now, it's delicious. And by the time it's delivered, they'll just be teeing it up for the second half. Matter of fact, why don't you call them right this second, order 2 pies, I'll come over and join you. Sound good? I think so.
Well, we got Ernie Terrell. He's in the game, number 88 as a wide receiver. Another man that we could look for here again is the tight end Butler, 30.
Well, again, Solomon goes wide to the left side. Edmonds wide to the right. Backs are split. Swittenberg and Johnson behind Blake. 26 seconds to go in the half. Back to pass goes Blake. Under a rush. Hit as he throws, but he's got his man Solomon across the middle. He'll have the first down inside the 35-yard line. Clock will stop.
Well, I still think they have 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, but they're coming right up to the line of scrimmage now.
He'll spike it.
Let's see if he spikes it or if they called a couple of plays in a row. I don't think he's spiking it. I think he's going to run a play here.
Clock is moving at 15 seconds.
Blake again. Back to pass he goes. Looks, he's hit again as he throws, and it's tipped and almost an incredible interception. I mean, Bill Stone almost made the interception of the decade.
That's a great defensive play by Bill Stone, as if Edmonds was able to haul that pass in, he would have been inside the 20 and maybe in the end zone for a score.
Another unsung hero on CB West team, Bill Stone, older for the extra points and field goals, does a great job in defensive backfield. Bill Stone, another one you don't hear a lot about, but boy, does he do a good job.
He is an outstanding player, 6 foot 185. Of course, he's the backup quarterback and a great defensive back.
2nd down and 10. The down is not a matter. There's 7 seconds to go. You got to think that this is going to be if not the last play, one of the last plays of the half. Back to pass. Under a rush goes Blake, and down he goes. And that'll end the half.
Ryan Callahan on the sack, number 84, to end matters for West.
So a big finish for CB West, who found themselves stunned by a 64-yard touchdown run by Troy Swittenberg early in the second half, only to answer with 2 scores of their own. The teams head for the sidelines. And right now, Marty, I'll tell you, it's just great. I mean, so far for West, it has just looked great.
Very exciting first half. CB West playing a tremendous game tonight. They're in against a great powerhouse team in Norristown. They take a 14-point lead to the locker room. The defense has played tremendously. Just a sensational game. There's some of the young West fans on hand. Norristown, on the other hand, playing good football, had the one real nice drive where they took it out of the shadows of their own goalpost. Then they had the great scoring play when Swittenberg went over 60 yards. The Norristown defense playing well, but right now, at the half, it looks as though West might be a little bit too strong, but we still have 24 exciting minutes of football coming up, Bob.
And indeed we do. So the teams go to the side. Norristown Marching Band will take to the field. We're going to take a break ourselves, catch our breaths, see if I can get a little more voice back. And we will be back as the Barb Lynn scoreboard at halftime tells you the story. It's CB West 21, Norristown 7. We will take a break and be back for second half action. Don't you dare go away.
Versatility, security, with 4 doors for adventure. This is the 1998 Chevy Venture at A&T Chevrolet of Sellersville. Designed with comfort and roominess for mom and dad, for the kids, integral child safety seats and cup holders. A&T has a large selection of dependable Chevy Ventures in stock, with rates as low as 1.9%. And for a limited time, get a 3-year, 36,000-mile Smart Care plan included with each new 98 Chevy Venture. Offer expires May 23rd. So hurry into A&T Chevrolet of Sellersville today.
We are back at War Memorial Field in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. The Barblin scoreboard tells you the halftime score: 21 for CB West, 7 for Norristown as the Bucks come back on the field. Norristown's been there for a couple of minutes. Marty, late second quarter, just as in the North Penn game, CB West starts to take a little bit of control, and they get the ball to start the third quarter.
Absolutely, and of course, first half stats, courtesy of Frank Bertucci, the fine writer of the Inquirer. Swittenberg, 103 yards for Norristown. Dustin Picciotti, 91 yards for CB West, and Dave Edwards, 71 yards for CB West.
It was 54 on one carry.
Tremendous.
And momentarily, we'll have John Price down on the field. John's got a little bit of information for us, as well as someone that he's going to be talking to. But it's been a real interesting game. Excitement. It's been a couple of penalties here and there, but big plays, a game of big plays, and it's been very exciting to see. So
it still appears that I think West is still in for a battle this second half. Norristown is going to come out firing, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Let's see, do we have John on the field yet? Let's take a look and see. John, are you there?
Yeah, hey guys, I'm down here with Mike Sealski, reporter for the Daily Intelligencer. He's been following the Bucks a good portion of this season. Mike, coming out here tonight, what did you expect, and then what did you get?
Well, I mean, with the rain, I guess you got to figure that goes to West's advantage, being able to run Picciotti again and again and again. You figured Norristown was going to try and have to get some kind of balance. Blake throwing the ball, Swittenberg running it. They haven't been able to do that. The Bucks have put great pressure on Blake, sacked him 3 times, I believe, and Swittenberg, outside of that one long run, hasn't done much. So the Bucks defensively are doing what they want to do.
They are a lot more so than the last time that these two teams met as far as getting pressure on Blake. From your perspective, is anyone jumping off the stat sheet that really you might not have expected to play this big?
Well, Andy Elsing has a sack and a half, and he's been getting to Blake all night. The 56-yard run by Edwards is the longest run any West player has had all year. I mean, they're generally a 11-play, 80-yard, grinded-out kind of team, so that's somewhat surprising. But other than that, I mean, you know, this is basically what you kind of expected. And in conditions like this, West hasn't had to throw the ball too much, only twice. So, I mean, it's not too many surprises here, I would say.
Mike Sealski, thanks a lot from the Daily Intelligencer, and I'll send it back up to you guys.
All right, we'll take a break and be back for second half action. Don't go away.
Of ideas for Joey's room using this fantastic new Crayola paint. Just imagine Crayola colors like grape jelly for the walls, sunspot, and glitter and glow for the stars. Fun stuff like stamping and stenciling are easy with these step-by-step idea guides. With new Crayola paint, just imagine what you can do.
Shop Waring's for paint, lumber, kitchens, and tools. Open 7 days, 10 miles north of Doylestown on Route 611.
And we are back at War Memorial Field, Doylestown, Pennsylvania. The team's getting ready for second half action. Bob Friedman along with Marty Katz and John Price. And we may, if we're lucky, have a very special surprise guest. We'll see if that occurs. Just to tease you a little bit.
And Bob, I want to say that down there on the field, we just saw John Price, Mike Sealski, two young men I'm pleased to be working with, both at the paper and here on the TV. And I want to tell you, two of the best young men in journalism. They're both going to be going places. Mike Sealski with the Intel record, and of course John Price here on TSM. And we have a surprise guest right here.
Very surprise guest. Hail to the conquering hero. We have a young man who's a freshman right now at the University of Michigan. You folks might remember him. Played a little football for CBWest. Dave Armstrong, how you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me.
It's good to have you here. Let's stay here for a few minutes while we call a few plays here, and then we'll give it back to Marty, who's going to have a little pizza right now. How's it going in Michigan?
It's going well. We're having a good year. We started out a little slow, but we've been picking it up, and hopefully with a good win tomorrow, I'm going to find myself in California.
It would be nice. Rose Bowl on Thanksgiving. On Thanksgiving. Yeah, I'll be straight. All right. New Year's. There you go. You're redshirted this year, right?
Yes, and they moved me down to D tackle actually.
Okay, so they're going to put you in D tackle, so they're working you up on that.
Yeah, time to beef up.
There you go. You're not wrestling this year, then? You talked about you weren't going to do it.
I mean, it was fun, but it's time to we'll concentrate on football now.
Well, let's see what happens right now. Dave Camburn gets the ball at about the 7-yard line, runs it upfield, gets a nice little crack in the middle there. Tell you, the special teams have done a nice job for West this year.
Yeah, they're from what I saw, they're trying some new kickoffs. They tried kicking that off. That ball in the corner to keep it away from their, return specialists, and it works well. If the guys get down there quick enough and make a tackle, it's no big return.
And of course, as you know, we've changed Armstrong Land to Pachotti Pike this year.
Yeah, my mom called me and told me. Yeah, that's good. It's good.
He's done a nice job inside there.
Great job. He's stepped in and he's really filled the role that Pettin likes to have. A big fullback that bruises, and he's a great runner now too.
Well, the ball at the 32-yard line, backs are in the eye. Pachotti there, along with Dave Edwards, who's done very well this year. And we're going to have flags here. I don't know if it's too much time or there might have been some motion here. Had a little trouble in the first half with the motion man, breaking up field just a little bit too soon.
Yeah, I hear some stuff from the fans. Stop motion, stop motioning. But that's just a part of the game. That's a big part of Mike Pettin's game plan with the blocking and all. So they got to keep going to that.
Well, I'll tell you, you look at Dave Edwards and you watch him run, and you see the power there, and you're running a little bit of Scotty Ward.
Dead ball.
Yeah,
false start.
Dave's like almost like a Scott, where he's a
repeat first down.
Surprise of the year. The guy didn't play that much in the first 2 years, and then explodes on the scene and make it a great senior year. I'm real happy for him.
Well, backs in the eye, Kinzel is wing to the left side. Tailback is Dave Edwards. On 1st and 15, Kinzel goes in motion. Pitch goes to Edwards. Has a little trouble with his footing, but he breaks 5. He breaks 7, 8, out to the outside. Oh, he may be off to the races. Almost broke it up to midfield at the 47-yard line. Nice run, Dave Armstrong.
Yeah, it was a nice run.
Dave's up here shaking his fist, getting ready to go. He wants to play. You want to get down there and pat him up, don't you?
I was jumping around in the stands when he had that long run, and a couple of Pachotti's first, play long runs in the first quarter. Gets me excited again.
Well, we didn't get a chance to talk to you, of course, that much after the championship game. The feeling at Mansion Park last year, can you describe it even a year later?
Like no other. I still look back on it, when I'm maybe a little down on, at school not playing and being away, and it's a great smile to my face.
Took me 2 days to get my voice back. Pitch goes to Edwards again. He cuts to the left side, cuts inside, brought down after a 5-yard carry. Edwards, again, surprises me. Not a big guy, but he's tough to bring down. He's a tough man to tackle. He'll drag you a little bit.
Yeah, he's solid. I mean, he's not huge, but he's not small. He's a great athlete. I heard his 40 time was down to maybe a 4.3. I heard
that's what I heard. He can really he took the one run, the 54-yard run. Yeah. He just busted it to the inside. Tell you who else has played well is Sean Michael Janssen.
And that's another thing. I can't believe my grandfather sends me up the papers and the games, and I can't believe the stats he's putting up and just the year he's having. A guy who hasn't played that much. I'm really happy for him.
Backs are split, and I think we're gonna have the left side moving just a touch too fast again. What happens there? You've been on the line. You get a little bit excited. You know the play's going to come. Sometimes they'll call it on first down, and you hear something you don't. You think you hear something. What happens?
You get a little jumpy. You maybe you got some stuff saying by the defense saying you got the crowd in your head. Maybe you you're thinking too much. I think these guys just got to settle back. They've had a little too many penalties you like to see in a district.
Dead ball.
And the last thing
Encroachment.
over on the sideline.
Offense.
Yeah, you
Second
better
down.
hope you don't get taken out. Or if you do, you should run to the opposite side of where Coach Pettin is, because I've had to do that frequently.
Well, I'll tell you, the wing counter has worked beautifully for them this year, as we said, and it always has for West.
Mm-hmm.
First and 15, let's see what we got. Backs are split. Kinzel is wing to the left side. Hand up goes. There is a counter. That's Edwards. They'll break to the outside, but a nice tackle. The ball's on the ground, picked up by Norristown, and he may go back all the way. Oh, my. Off the turnover. They're going to say it's a fumble, and it's going to be a touchdown for Norristown. Wow.
Big.
Oh, my word. Well, that happens, and he does a little dive into the end zone. That was Audley Stewart on the carry. He gets it in. I'll tell you what, Dave, that's a tough break there as it becomes 21 to 13. But
yeah, I mean,
yeah. So it's just a big play, and oh my. So they'll go for the next one. Well, listen, we don't want to hold you up. We're going to let you go, Dave. It's been great talking to you. Yeah. Best of luck to you.
Thank you very much.
And I look forward to seeing you the next few years.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, David.
Okay, bye-bye.
Dave Armstrong, thanks again for joining us. Marty Katz will join us again. A tough break there, Marty.
Oh, man. Puts Norristown right back in this ball game here.
So on the fumble recovery, snap down, the kick is up, the kick is high, and the kick is good, and suddenly we're in a ball game.
That's the turnover. I mean, we talk about that all the time, but the turnovers certainly are big, very important plays. And when you get into a tight game like this with two very good ball clubs, turnovers can be the difference. Of course, that puts Norristown right back in this one.
So, the recovery by Audley Stewart. Now, keep one thing in mind. There's a little dive into the end zone, and that's noticed by the players, a little sort of a swan dive.
Well, we have this is our Barb Lynn's Carpet One scoreboard. We see West with the 21-14 lead, and now this next series will be a key offensive series for West, you got to believe.
Well, a lot of people were yelling from the press box. They thought that he was down already. But evidently the officials were right there. We're standing 70 yards away. We can't tell.
They're right on the field.
But they ruled a fumble, picked up, and I'll tell you, Stewart got that ball, and he showed explosive speed.
This Norristown team always has been well known for its speed, and this is no different, this edition of this team. And right now, this is where the ball club, where the Bucks, the experience will certainly pay off. I mean, they've seen these kind of things happen, not to be flustered right now.
Well, with 10:34 to go in the third quarter, it's 21-14.
That's the kind of play you need to get back into a game when you're a little flat like that, Bob.
Well, they were moving the ball well was West, and again, the big turnover, the huge turnover, first one of the game actually. The kick is high, and it is a deep one. Oh, baby. All the way back to the 4-yard line, carrying it back out over the 20, gets to about the 25, and going down is Chris Ortiz on the carry.
There's a young man.
Was that Edwards? I beg your pardon. Was that Edwards?
We haven't seen Ortiz yet tonight. We saw him against East, had a couple of big plays, and we haven't seen Ortiz yet. Of course, he's had an injury-plagued senior season.
And Pichotti will check in.
Right now, though, I think we have to go back to what do you call Pichotti Pike, I would believe.
Well, I think that, the one thing, Edwards fumbles the ball, but he has been a sure-handed carrier all
certainly.
season
You
long.
got to keep giving him the ball.
And Brian Buckley in right now, they do run, although he's going to wing out to the side, it is Edwards and Pichotti behind Oriel.
I'm sure Edwards will get one of the first couple of carries here.
Ball at the 27-yard line. Handoff goes to Pichotti. He's got 5. He's got 6 yards. And he made it look fairly easy.
That's just such a basic play. That's about as basic a play as there is. That's just tremendous football right there. That's the kind of football CB West likes to play. We just saw a young man up here who ran that play so well for so many years.
Absolutely.
And there's Coach Pettin, and he loves to see Pichotti keeping on that tradition.
So, on second down, a gain of actually close to 7. We'll make it second and a long 3, short 4, ball at the 34-yard line. The officials have some kind of a timeout here. Let's see what this is about. Confusion on the field. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's a clock. I'm not sure. Whatever. I think they've gotten what they need to get done here.
Second and short.
Second down and about 4, we'll call it. Backs are in the eye, wing to the right side. Pitch goes to Edwards. He cuts it to the outside. He's got the first down and busts the guy out of bounds all the way up to about the 43-yard line.
Nice run by Edwards. Wants to get that ball again, to get the feel of it again. Anybody can fumble once.
Well, and that wasn't a situation where he was being tackled, being brought down. He was trying to twist for extra yardage.
Sure.
And it looked like he just got his arm hit. He had the ball tucked in, but the ball, the way it bounced loose, it looked like somebody just really belted him right on the arm, and it just came loose there. Dave Edwards, a great ball carrier. As I said, I love this kid. I love the way he plays.
Oh, he's well over 80 yards for the night already.
1st and 10, the ball now at the 43-yard line. Power eye look. It's a counter give to Edwards. He breaks it through the left side. Almost busts it, gets it over the 50. Close to first down yardage. He may have it at the 48-yard line.
Audley Stewart with the tackle, and we're going to go over that West offensive line. What do you say, Bob? Because they do such an outstanding job up front. Rob Bowser is 68. John Tour is 66. Chris Havener, 72. Ben Carver, 79. Joe Wilson, 76. And, of course, Matt Carey and John Wilson, 7 and 89, respectively, do a great job at tight end.
Edwards checks out. Buckley checks in. Power look to the right side.
Look at that, all 11 men inside.
Second and short. The ball goes to Picciotti. Busts it right up the middle. He'll get a quick 5. And this is what they want to do, Marty. They just had a big play run against them. They fumble the ball. Norristown picks it up, runs for the touchdown. It's a sudden score. You have to reestablish that equilibrium. You have to do this smash mouth football, which CBWS does so well and has done for so many years. They move the ball smartly down to the 45 of Norristown. Again, the power look to the right side. On 1st and 10, Oriole. Now man in motion is Buckley. It's a handoff to Picciotti. He's got 4, he's got 5. And just like that, they're getting 5 yards of the smash. If you do that, you're unstoppable.
Well, you've got 11 men inside right there within a few yards of each other. Nobody split out to either side, and everybody's blocking except for the man with the ball. And that's just, and of course, the quarterback. I mean, that is power, strength football. That's, we're going back really to the days of the Chicago Bears in the 20s and the 30s, and that's good football.
Absolutely. So on the 5-yard game, makes second and a short 5. Ball now inside the 40 of Norristown. Again, that power look to the right side. Oriole with a long count again to Picciotti. Breaks it. He's got 5. He's got 10. Breaks it to the outside and is dragged down inside the 30, down to the 20 to the 15-yard line.
Every time they need a big play, they go to one of their big backs, whether it's Edwards or Picciotti. And Picciotti has not disappointed, as that puts him well over the 100-yard mark tonight.
Oh, my. And the thing was, he had such a nice hole to run through. And when he got into the secondary, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this blocking. Beautiful blocking. Now he's going to take a defensive back for a ride for about 5 yards, gets it down inside the 15 now.
And that was our Ventresca's replay of the quarter.
Backs are split now. In motion. Goes Kinzel. Pitch goes to Picciotti. He's got it inside the 15 to the 13, where a sure tackle there by number 30 for Norristown. That's Jamil Butler brings him down, but after a gain of about 3 on the play.
Good tackle by Butler. And, of course, Bob, you're well acquainted, right?
And this is not good news.
Uh-oh.
That's Picciotti.
Uh-oh.
It looked like he got grabbed. I hate to interrupt you there, but he looked like he got grabbed and he twisted his leg. And hopefully, it's not a major injury. He's down right now. They're going to take all precautions with him. Mm-hmm. Dustin Picciotti has been a horse this year. It was a clean tackle, a good tackle, and he was twisting for more yardage. And you wonder what might have happened there, but they're working over him right now. Let's see what the situation is. The crowd is kind of silenced by this. This would be a monster loss for them.
Hope to see him popping up any second now.
Well, they don't look like they're working on his leg. They look like they're working on his upper body right now. And you hope maybe he just fell on the ball, possibly got a little bit of the wind knocked out of him.
Maybe.
Because as I say, they're not doing anything with the legs right now. That's you hope that's the good news. Now they're going to help him up. Let's see. Yeah, I think he just had the wind knocked out of him. Yeah, that's it. They just want to let him rest here. He might have fallen on the ball, and if you're falling on a football, that will make you see stars. So he'll sit out this play.
I bet you he'll only be out one play, though, Bob. He'll be back in there next play.
Well, he's not even going back to the injury bench. He's going to go there, get a little bit of air, and now Oriole bring the team back in. So, second down after the 3-yard gain, 7. The ball inside the 15 to about the 13. It's Edwards and Buckley are the backs, split behind Oriole.
Watch the wing back here.
There's Kinzel at wing. He's in motion. Deep handoff, and they got the counter to Edwards. He breaks it inside the 10 to the 7. And he'll be close to another first down.
Great trap blocking that time on that little inside Delaware wing T play. Good tackle by Audley Stewart. He's been in on a lot of tackles this quarter, as well as Troy Ellis.
Well, that's
51.
not good news when you're on Norristown defense, because Audley Stewart is in the defensive backfield person. When your backs and linebackers are making most of the tackles, that means you're getting beaten. So it's 3rd down and 2.
Well,
ball now down at the 7-yard line.
Pachotti's not back in there right now. Buckley's in there with Edwards in the backfield.
They're going to leave it as in 3rd and short. Backs are split. Let's see, we have a timeout. The officials again. The ball, it might be just a situation where the ball needs to be dried off. I'm not sure.
You know, it's not really a bad night. Certainly, it's not the kind of night where the quarterback's going to have the ball slipping out of his hands.
Yeah, but you're in a part of the field.
I'm just saying.
You're right. You're right.
I want to make sure the fans at home know this is not like a quagmire tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just a drizzle right now, really.
So on 3rd down, 3rd and about 2, Oriole on the long count. Gives the ball to Buckley. Buckley's hit. He pushes. He may have the first down on the second effort. I think he's got it. Depends on the spot of the ball, but I'd say he's got the first down.
You know what, Bob?
But they're saying no. They're saying 4th down.
I think he's short. Looking through the binoculars up here.
They didn't even measure. They're going to just... Now here comes Pachotti back in the game.
Well, he's the man you'd expect to see with the ball right now.
He's the go-to guy. There's no two ways about it. Pachotti comes in. Buckley will check out. And you got to think that Pachotti, even injured, will get the ball on 4th and very short.
Yeah,
this is a monster play, Marty.
He's got about 1.5 feet to go here, about a half a yard.
Pachotti, single setback, power look, on 4th and about a foot. Oriole gives it to Pachotti. He busts through to the 3's in. Touchdown! Dustin Pachotti, right up Pachotti play.
Oh, that's not bad. He come in off the bench. You're out a couple of plays. They give you the ball first time. He needs about a foot for the first down. Instead, he goes 10 yards for the touchdown.
And there is no better answer for a sudden touchdown than to get the ball and just smash mouth it right down the field. And that is exactly what the Bucks did. Norristown gets a break on a fumble. They recover it. They take it the other way, 50-some yards for a touchdown. All CBWS does is keep it on the ground, running right at you. 5-yard run by Dustin Pachotti. Tumbley will try for the extra point out of Bill Stone's hold. Good snap, good hold. Kick high, long, and perfect. And with 4:56 to go in the 3rd quarter, the Bucks have extended their lead to 28-14.
Oh, that's a tremendous drive there for the Bucks. They really needed that. They needed it desperately. Pachotti gave them the big plays. Edwards with a couple of nice runs. Oriole doing a great job. You know, we haven't mentioned his name much, but he's doing a great job making sure the ball is handed off properly. And he has such great timing, especially on the quick opener handoffs to Pachotti. He turns around, the ball is in Pachotti's gut, or the wing T plays with Edwards. Just tremendous. I mean, Oriole does a great job as a ball handler. And, you know, he can pass the ball. He hasn't needed to tonight, but he certainly can.
Mike Carey talking to one of the big horses on the front line, John Torr.
Yeah, those big guys up front, those are the guys who make it happen, of course, for the Bucks.
Yeah, I wish we had talked to Dave about the line, because I'm sure he would have had a lot to say there. That's interesting. Armstrong's going to be playing some D-line for them.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I think I see him definitely as a D-line. Yeah.
Speed,
and I think,
power.
But I think you'd also waste him if you didn't bring him in on some short yardage situations at fullback.
He knows how to do it. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah, down the goal line.
Now, here's the situation. Let's go back to this game. Roger Grove has got to sit there and he's going to say, okay, now we have got to come back again. We've got to maintain our composure. It's a 2-touchdown game. We have still got almost 17 minutes to go in this game. There's plenty of time to score.
Well, Bob, if I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong, but I don't think Norristown's had an offensive snap this quarter.
No, they haven't. They haven't. The CBWS took the ball, moved it up, fumbled the ball, the one-play touchdown the other way on the fumble, and then CBWS got the ball back. So it's been 7 minutes and 4 seconds. Norristown, you would, unless something unusual happens, will get the ball for an offensiив snap. Now, let's see. But, again, they got some returners.
They got to be itchy on that sideline. Blake and certainly, Swittenberg on that sideline. They're going to be ready to get the ball.
Tumbley kicks it high, and it's going to be taken with. Oh, and it's on the ground as trying to get the ball, and it pops loose again. Let's see who's got it. I think West got the ball. I think they got the ball. Yeah, they do. CB West recovers. Well, let's see who's got the ball. Marty, you got it yet?
I think it's number. If I believe it's number 20.
That would be Andrew Elsing once again.
He's had some huge plays tonight, Elsing. Special teams, that's his second big special teams play. He's had 3 or 4 big defensive plays. And now, this is a situation, Bob, where West could really start to put the hammer on this ball game.
Well, if you were going to throw the ball, Marty, this is where you would throw it.
I don't think they're going to be throwing it.
I don't think they will, but if you were going to throw the ball, this is where you do it.
I think it's going to be Picciotti and Edwards
I think they're going to start and smash it right down the throat. Backs are in the eye. On first down, it goes to Edwards. He's brought down almost immediately, get about a 2-yard gain, as Norristown still hasn't had an offensive snap.
That's amazing. Troy Ellis, once again, with the tackle. He's had a great quarter, number 51 for Norristown. But the Norristown defensive team has to be getting a little tired. They've been on the field the entire third quarter. That's almost 8 minutes right now.
Well, what happened when the kickoff was Swittenberg tried to make a play. He moved up. He tried to get the ball, but he didn't let his upmen know who were going for the ball. They bumped together. The ball popped loose. Well, they got it back, but all of a sudden, as he tried to ball, the ball just like a grease pig squirted out. And right now, CB West is going to take a timeout to talk about this.
Mike Pettin has called a Domino's timeout. Why not take a moment and give Domino's a call? And you'll get your fresh piping hot pizza delivered to your door in about a half hour.
And you know how I like my pizza. Extra cheese. Absolutely. So.
Wow, this is really big here. And like you say, this might be with that first place stuff there. We'll see. I think maybe it could be a possibility. We might see our first pass of the evening here.
Well, it's a possibility. Right now, the 2nd down and 9. Although, again, you keep your eye on that counter play. That counter play has worked time and time again.
And I'm mistaken. West did have a pass play in the first quarter.
They had that little pass. Yeah. Absolutely. They had 2, but they had an incomplete, and they had 1 complete.
Right, 1 out of 2. Yeah.
So, but they've just kept the ball on the ground. They want to punish it a little bit.
Sure.
They're figuring now if they can get the ball into the end zone here.
Yeah, if they could score a touchdown here, I think certainly that would put Norristown in a position where they would almost have to pass almost every play, being 3 touchdowns down with only 16 minutes left in the ball game. But we're getting ahead of ourselves here.
That's
West is a long way from scoring.
Indeed they are. 2nd down and 9. The ball now at the 20-yard line. Backs are in the eye. Again, Kinzel split wing to the left side. It's a quick handoff to Picciotti. He breaks it for 5-7. He'll be close to the first down. Dustin Picciotti showing great power once again.
And that was a situation where Picciotti gets through a nice hole, but then he's going to be stopped, it looks like, for only a 3-yard gain. Great second effort, bounces off the would-be tackler, and it brings up 3rd and a couple of inches.
And they're going to measure for it and see what they got. When this first down measurement, again, they're going to bring the ball. And speaking of measurements, you'll always get a great fit at Ventresca's Custom Clothier and Formal Wear. Visit them on State Street in Doylestown, and Len and the staff will even gift wrap your holiday purchase free of charge. I was there. I just got a pair of shoes.
Beautiful.
Beautiful Allen Edmonds Brown shoes in size 10D, as I talked about last week. They are gorgeous. I'm telling you, you can't get better shoes, suits, shirts. John's tie is gorgeous.
Beautiful clothing at Ventresca's.
And they can even fit a man like you and me in a 48 Mungo.
48 long, send it up here anytime. I can use a new one. But I'll tell you, they make great clothing. We saw those shoes that came up for you here from Ventresca's.
I got those shoes.
They are gorgeous.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah.
The alterations they do are spectacular on the clothes. They are just a great group of people, the Ventresca people. Len and the staff do a wonderful job, as does the CBUS team. 3rd and short. They have the full house backfield right now behind Oriole. And it's a handoff, quick handoff underneath. Is getting the ball and carrying it all the way down. Let's see who that is. Is that Kinzel? No, that's Buckley on the carry. They used the decoy on Picciotti, took it all the way down to about the 3-yard line.
That's, once again, we talk about Oriel's ball handling skills, the ability he has to be sleight of hand. Gave the ball there to Brian Buckley. Buckley's first carry of the night. He's a great blocking back, 6'1", 220,
Absolutely.
and makes a great carry there. Gets a first down and puts it at first and
too.
goal.
Buckley family produced some great football players. Power look to the right side. On Pichotti Pike. It goes to the man. Dustin to the 3, to the 1. Touchdown, Central Bucks West. Dustin Pichotti once again takes a walk down the street into the end zone behind all of his friends in the black jerseys, and it's 34-14.
That's touchdown number 29 on the season for Dustin Pichotti. Just unstoppable. The way he runs, he has that real solid crouch back there, runs out of a nice crouch, looking for his holes all the time, and boom, boy, he gets on there. He'll knock you over in a heartbeat.
Well, you got to be blessed when you've gone through actually 5 years and you've had Dave Armstrong and Dustin Pichotti, and you got Pichotti for another year yet. My word. Tumbledy out of Stone's hold. Snap's good. Kick is high. Kick is through. Kick is true. And once again, the extra point is good. 35-14 with 3 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the third quarter. And now for Rogers Grove's team, now you got some desperation.
Now what has happened, we talked about what Norristown, I mean, certainly with a guy like Swittenberg in the backfield, you got to give him the ball on occasion. But Blake certainly will be looking to pass first and run second. And we're going to go to John Price on the field.
I'm here with proud principal of Central Bucks West High School and a good guy, Mr. Stone. Apparently things have been going in your fashion all season long, and it seems like the team's on the roll tonight.
We hope so, John. They look pretty good. We're really proud of all those student athletes out there. It's great for the school and the community as a whole.
What do you think the sports, not just CBW West football, but other sports experiences adds to the overall high school experience for students?
Well, John, for all of our students, all the extracurricular activities are important. We have kids inside tonight that are putting on the fall play production, our cheerleaders and band. It's a great experience. It adds to the classroom experience, and the kids get to know the adult sponsors in a little different way. And it really is part of a comprehensive high school that we really think is important.
I'm going to have to get back to football for a second. When the team is winning, as it is and as it has done so well in the past, does it help with the student body? Are people nicer to each other? Or does it seem like with the winning seasons, it's just easier going at school?
It sets a positive tone in the school. And I think that the football players really are an integral part of the school. They're not really apart from the rest of the student body. And that helps. The kids support one another. The football players supported soccer games and basketball. So it really adds to what is a pretty positive environment at CB West.
All right, Mr. Stone, thanks a lot for spending some time with us, and good luck with the rest of tonight and the rest of the year. Back up to you guys.
And we are back. Great job by John with proud Papa Rod Stone on CB West principal. Kick does go to Swittenberg now. Let's see what happens. He breaks it outside, but he'll only get it to about the 29-yard line. By the way, John, great job. And, if you want to get a great tie like John's, visit Ventresca's Custom Clothing and Formal Wear, where your holiday purchases will be gift wrapped free of charge. We've said enough about Ventresca's. Great people.
Tremendous. And that's a beautiful tie that John's got on tonight. I'm telling you what, if he wasn't married, the women would be all over him tonight.
I'm stealing it at the end of the game. That's all there is to it.
All right, now, Norristown in a serious situation here. They have 15 minutes and 10 seconds to score 3 touchdowns, at the same time holding West scoreless to tie the game. So Blake is in a situation, but this is a young man who can handle it.
That's right. Backs are in the eye behind him. Johnson, the up back. Swittenberg, the tailback. Edmonds is out to the left side. Goes to Swittenberg. He's got about 4 yards on the carry. Make it 2nd and 6. Brought down on the tackle by, let's see who that is. No, that's Kinzel on the tackle.
Like we said, Swittenberg's still got to get the ball because, like we've seen, he can go 70, 75 yards at a clip.
Well, that's it. I mean, you saw him go 64 yards, and he only needed one quick block to do it. He can do it, and the way he and Stewart hammered North Penn, which is a good defensive team, it's almost as good as a pass play because all he needs is one good block, and he's gone.
Absolutely, but, Blake is certainly going to start putting it up before long.
Split to the left is Edmonds. Backs are split. Back to pass. Little pass over. Wide open is Johnson. He'll take it up toward midfield. It'll be brought down inside Bucket territory at the 47-yard line. They showed long, and they snuck Johnson out of the backfield. Nice pass play. Little dump pass. He gets a good 25 yards on the play down to the 47-yard line of the Bucks.
Nicely conceived play. The fake inside, and then the pass to Johnson. And when you have guys like Johnson and Swittenberg, you want to get them the ball in the open field and let them go.
And again, a veteran coach like Roger Grove is not going to go into desperation at this point. Backs are in the eye. Edmonds split left.
Draw.
Deep handoff. Draw play. Swittenberg's got 5. He's got about 6 yards on the carry. Now, that's a similar play to the touchdown that he had before. This time, the linebackers held their position, were not fooled, got about 5-6 yards, but he's brought down after a carry. Well, they're going to give him 5 on the carry.
Mm-hmm. Well, that draw play is working decently for Norristown. They're getting 4 or 5 yards at a pop right there. But in order for that play to really bust loose, you've got to get some deep drop and some good passes before, so that those defensive linemen are thinking pass rush first, and then that draw runner goes right by them.
Single setback. Double wing look right now. And back to pass. Throws it out the right side. And Johnson had it and couldn't hold a case of it. Looked like he was trying to run before he had the ball.
Yep. Again, good pass protection. That time only a 3-step drop for Blake. But he's been successful tonight even on the deeper drops. Had good pass protection. West has had some occasional outstanding blitzes that have pressured Blake. But
that one, they brought Elsing in off the corner, but he was picked up that time.
Mm-hmm.
So that pass actually had an opportunity to get some yardage. Although there were some black jerseys chasing him, he could have gotten the first down there. Just turned upfield a touch too soon.
Wait, how about Andrew Elsing? He is a young man who has just made a boatload full of big plays tonight.
He and Camburn, as they say, unsung heroes. Backs in the eye. Slot to the right side on 3rd and 5. Blake in a passing situation. Goes back to pass off play action. Has a man and he throws it a little bit short. May have been tipped by Callahan somewhere down the field, but he threw it a lot before he wanted to because of Brian Buckley being in his face. Now, 4th down, let's see if they punt the ball.
Punt. Yeah, they're going to have to punt.
You would think that they would, and yet, with 1:22 to go in the 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Let's see.
I don't know. I don't know that I would necessarily punt the ball here. You got the ball in Buck territory inside the 45-yard line.
No, they're going to go for it, it looks like.
I would think so, too, because you got the ball at the 43-yard line. If you punt the ball away now, and they've got him in punt position, though.
I thought I saw the punt team coming on at first.
Well,
Blake is the short man here.
Yeah, let's not
be a short snap.
No, they get it back to him, and he kicks the ball away. Camburn will come in, he'll get it at his own 17-yard line, break it over the 20 to the 25-yard line, and he'll be smothered there and brought back. But
it was Trey Hadrick on the punt.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised that they didn't just go for the 4th down, because worst case scenario, they got it on the 45-yard line to the Bucks. But now they give it up, and they can burn off the rest of their third quarter. Really, there's 1:10 to go in the quarter.
And if the Bucks pull off one of those patented 14-play 7-minute drives here, that's going to pretty much put things into a finish.
And other than the fumble, the last 4 series, the Bucks have scored on every series and have scored on just run. So Norristown has not been able to stop them.
Only 13 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game.
Backs are in the eye. Edwards the deep back, Picciotti the up back, Oriole at quarterback, and again Kinzel is wing to the right side. On 1st down, it's a handoff underneath the Picciotti. He's got a quick 4, maybe 5 yards. That'll burn the clock to under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Dustin Picciotti with a quick 5 yards, make it 2nd and 5, ball out to the 30-yard line.
Well, the thing about West that makes it there's so many things difficult that makes it difficult to beat them. But the fact that they maintain the ball for such long stretches, how can you win if you don't have the ball? Norristown actually did score once on defense tonight, but a high potent offense like Norristown, West is able to keep them off the field.
And if you're going to beat West, you're going to have to force them to pass the ball. And that's not easily done with this line and these running backs. Back split on 2nd down and 5. Handoff goes to Edwards. He breaks for the 1st down, breaks it to the outside, and breaks it up toward midfield of the 46-yard line. Dave Edwards bursting through the right side, gets the 1st down.
And what's something is that both the left side and the right side have been successful for Buck running backs tonight. The whole line is just opening up huge holes, which is difficult to do against a big, strong defensive front like Norristown.
And it's looking more and more like we'll be at Council Rock next week. At least it looks that way. It looks like the Bucks are headed to the quarterfinals.
State quarterfinal matchup.
Don't want to put the balloon too much. We're inside 10 seconds to go. But
the winner of this game, though, will play the winner of the Abington Heights Wyoming Valley West game next week at Council Rock.
And that is the end of the third quarter. A quarter that has been big for CB West as they've extended their lead after the fumble recovery. They have put 2 more scores on the board. It's 35-14 on the Barb Lyndon scoreboard. We'll take a break and be back for the fourth quarter. Don't go away.
Versatility, security, with 4 doors for adventure. This is the 1998 Chevy Venture at A&T Chevrolet of Sellersville. Designed with comfort and roominess for mom and dad, for the kids, integral child safety seats and cup holders. A&T has a large selection of dependable Chevy Ventures in stock, with rates as low as 1.9%. And for a limited time, get a 3-year, 36,000-mile Smart Care plan included with each new 98 Chevy Venture. Offer expires May 23rd. So hurry into A&T Chevrolet of Sellersville today.
Well, we are back for fourth quarter action, and a little odd play there as Kinzel looked like he was going to run off the field. They gave it to Edwards, and a rare loss on the play as Norristown run blitzed and knocked him out after a 2-yard loss, Marty.
Jameel Butler makes the great tackle for the Eagles. The Eagles need to make something big happen on defense once again.
Watch for that counter. Now they're showing a passing look, though. Now they have it. The look, the backs are split.
Look to the near side,
to the right side.
Sean Michael.
Back to pass goes. Oriole throws it over. He's got Kinzel. Oh, and he can't quite get it to him. Running to his right. Again, couldn't quite get in that much mustard, and Kinzel was wide open. But Oriole just could not quite get it to him. So it'll be 3rd down and 12.
Kinzel running the nice pattern. Janssen, the man we thought might get it, he was running a deep
he
pattern.
Cleared out the area.
Yeah. You know, fans, we've heard, we're very thankful for our sponsors, Van Tresca, and certainly Barb Lynn and Domino's. And, you know, if you want to advertise on Tri-State Media, just call Radius at 215-340-5001. 340-5001. Maybe your business can be on the next game of the week.
Absolutely. On 3rd down. Oriole. Backs are split in motion. Goes Kinzel. It's a handoff underneath and carrying the ball for short yard.
Fumble.
Oh, and the ball's on the ground. And I think Norristown, do they have it?
No, he's saying the ball was down. He's saying the man was
Edwards
down.
is down, but it'll be 4th down, and it will force the Bucks to punt the ball away with 11:05 to go in the fourth quarter, leading 35-14. Again, in a situation where they can stick them deep once again.
That was a situation where the ground can cause a fumble. The back was down. Norristown had recovered the ball, but the back was down.
Justin McDonald will stand back at his own 35-yard line. I'm sure they will come after it. Snap is good. McDonald, a beautiful high kick. And it's fumbled. Oh, the ball's on the ground. But I think Norristown got it.
Yeah.
But they're going to be stuck back around the 17-yard line. As he came up for the ball, he hit him on the shoulder pads, and I believe that Solomon came up with the ball.
Yes, he did.
I think that was Audley Stewart who had a little trouble catching it. But Norristown will have the ball back at around their own 17-yard line, 10:28 to go in the fourth quarter.
Well, even though, Bob, CB West hasn't broken a touchdown off of a kickoff or anything such as that, they have really dominated on special teams tonight. Both on the kicking game and on the return game, they really have handled the special teams well.
Well, now the passing look is there. Slot to the left side. Backs are in the eye. Blake on 1st down, deep handoff to Swittenberg. He runs right into Elsing and some of his friends, and he'll go down after a gain of about 4.
You know, in a situation like this, West's linebackers are hanging right in there. They're not dropping back into coverage yet or rushing the quarterback. They're just hanging right tough.
Well, they know they have the luxury of a 3-touchdown lead.
Oh, yeah.
So they can play Swittenberg, and if they do connect on a long pass, well, so be it. It's still a 2-touchdown game. So you're not going to play real soft. You don't want to allow Swittenberg too much running room. And Elson did a great job of spying on him, holding to only a 3-yard gain. Now the back's in the eye. Wide left goes Edmonds, who's been kind of quiet this game. Play action. Looking for Edmonds. Under a rush. Gets away. Throws it. It's under the big rush. He throws it away, and it'll be incomplete. Third down and about 7 again.
Buckley on the good rush that time. Forced Blake up in the pocket a little bit, made him throw the ball where he did not want to throw it before he wanted to throw it.
Well, the one thing I did notice about Blake was he never looked off the receiver on that play. He had Edmonds in his sights from the time he took the ball back on play action. And a good defense will pick that up. Finally, out of desperation, looked in the middle of the field, but by that time, Buckley was on him.
Well, Edmonds is his man. That's his favorite receiver, and an outstanding receiver he is. We'll always remember that one-handed catch he made in the first half tonight.
Catch. Backs again in the eye. Edmonds split wide to the left side. Slot to the right. Back to pass. Under a rush. Little dumb pass on a screen. Out to, I think that's Swittenberg, and I think he'll have the first down.
Yes, he has it. That's a real nice play.
That's Johnson. I beg your pardon.
Little screen right down the field to John Price.
Hey, guys. I'm on the sideline with the representative from the CBWS band. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Megan Springer.
And what year are you?
I'm a senior.
One of the many activities that Mr. Stone talked about, the principal, was band among many of them. What awards and where have you guys traveled to play?
This year we've competed at Upper Darby, Upper Dublin, and Cumberland Valley, and our championships at Giant Stadium. We took the first place at all the competitions, and we took the High Percussion Award at Upper Dublin, as well as the High Music Award. And at our championships at Giant Stadium, we only missed second place by a 10th of a point, and we took the High Percussion Award there too.
You guys have a good time?
Oh, it was awesome.
All right, let's kick it off. Let's see what you guys got.
1, 2.
And we are back. Thank you, John Philip Price Souza. As the punt will go to Camburn at the 40-yard line, breaks it up to the 45 and to the 46. Camburn always making some plus yardage. And John striking up the band once again.
Doing a great job, and you know that those young ladies in the band really admire that tie that John has on tonight.
Yes, they do.
But you know, I was surprised. I misspoke. Norristown did not get the first down. It was 4th and short. And they punted once again. They were so deep in their own territory.
Well, they had to.
They had a punt there. You can't go for it on your own 20-yard line.
But the spot, I don't think he had the best spot he could have gotten. It appeared like he had the first down, Marty.
That's why I said I thought he had it, but the referee did not give him the spot. Now West in a situation that they love, and who wouldn't? 3 touchdowns up, 8:21 to go. Give the ball inside to Picciotti a few times, to Edwards, and maybe take another 4 or 5 minutes off the clock right here.
Picciotti behind the power look. Full house backfield. It goes on the counter. This is DiGiacomo, and DiGiacomo won't get much.
Sean Michael Janssen.
Is that Janssen or was that DiGiacomo? There's a flag in the defensive back. I'm sorry, it was Janssen. I thought it was DiGiacomo. You are correct. There's a flag in the defensive backfield. I wonder what this might be.
Once again, it was Troy Ellis on the tackle for the Eagles. He has played a whale of a game.
This one came from the back judge. And it's a hold against CB West. So that'll take him back 10 yards if Grove wants to take the penalty.
I would think he would here.
Well, it depends on where the hold was. If the hold was upfield, he might not want to. If it was right at the line of scrimmage, because that's a spot foul, of course. Now, the West is walking back as if they think the Norristown is going to take the penalty. But what that does, it gives West an extra down. So let's see what they're going to do. No, I guess they're going to call from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And it'll go back 10 yards. So it'll take it back to the 35-yard line.
Holding.
Make it first and 20.
Offense.
I really don't expect to see Oriole put the ball in the air, at least on first down or second down.
They've got enough points. They got 8:16 to go in the fourth quarter. They got a 3-touchdown lead. What they're more interested in doing is burning some clock.
Absolutely.
They can run 3 plays and the clock starts to run. They run 3 plays at this point. They'll be a little over 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. So I don't think you're going to see anything fancy here.
No, there's that set where all 11 men are right inside there near the ball.
In the box. On first down, the handoff goes to Picciotti. He's got a 5 or 6 of the penalty yardage back, and the clock will continue to run as the ball moves over the 40 to about the 42-yard line. It's nothing fancy.
No, Bob, that's such an unusual formation. West is one of the few teams that still uses a formation there with all 11 men really close to the ball at the line of scrimmage. Nobody split out. Now, Abington uses a similar kind of formation, but they have actually 2 men coming in, usually in motion towards the back. 2 wing backs, but they're all in tight. but that's the only school that really runs something similar to this.
Again, the tight look with the wing to the right side. It's Kinzel. Backs are split. Handoff goes, no, it's a keeper by Oriole, and Oriole's got some yardage. He'll have the first down and then some. Inside the 35 to the 33, and Corey Potter lives in the body of Mike Oriole.
Well, the West was saving that play all night long. We know Oriole can run. We hadn't spoken much about it, but there is the ace in the hole there. He makes the fake handoff, and of course, Norristown has to respect Picciotti. They all go for him, and Oriole turns the corner.
And you are watching the maturation of a young quarterback, a sophomore, at the beginning of the year, a little bit unsteady at times, and was starting to develop. And I mentioned in 2 years, you're going to be looking at a quarterback who is just absolutely out of this world. He made a great play there. Beautiful ball deception. CB West will take a timeout with 6:52 to go in the fourth quarter. Marty?
Yes, and of course, this is another Domino's Pizza timeout. Why not take a moment at home, fans, and give Domino's a call?
I'm not even home, and I'm giving them a call.
And you'll get your fresh, piping hot pizza delivered to your door in about a half hour.
Marty, I'm telling you, I'm having a mushroom pizza.
Beautiful.
And I'm telling you, it's hot, it's fresh, it's like me, hot and fresh.
Good stuff. Now we get a look at some of the outstanding fans on hand here tonight. Another huge crowd here. Had over 8,000 for the East game 2 or 3 weeks back, and certainly we're in that neighborhood again here tonight.
Yeah, it's a good crowd. Norristown side starting to thin out a little bit.
A little disappointed. I mean, but nothing to be disappointed about. This is a team that if they go on to lose this game, will finish the season at 10-2.
Both losses against CB
Both
West.
losses to West. Makes it all the way to the district championship game for the first time ever.
And their skill players are back next year.
Oh,
Blake's back. Stewart's back. Swittenberg is back.
Man, they're going to be tough.
They're going to be tough to beat next year. And they will be. And
they were
Edmonds
tough to
is
beat
back
this year.
too. They're tough to beat next year. This is going to be a great power conference next year. North Penn's got them all back. West's got them all back. Norristown's got them all back. Penridge has got a lot of players back. Oh my! I don't think Tennant knows what they're getting into. Backs in the eye, wing to the right side. New quarterback is Bill Stone. Ball's on the ground. I was for briefly, and I think that's Ortiz on the carry. And again, Bill Stone steps in at quarterback as some of the second teamers getting some play. Chris Ortiz, he wants to get a little bit of time. He's, again, had his injury problems. He was injured. Then he came back at a concussion. So on second down, it'll be second and about 14. They called the timeout to take the first team out, put the some of the reserves in.
Right, Bill Stone, the senior, 6 foot 185 at quarterback.
On second down, the handoff goes to Ortiz again.
Nope.
It's Stone with the carry. I beg your pardon. Good deception. A nice power. Boy, he was smacked in the backfield by 3 people and got around him. He'll gain about 3 yards back, make it third down, and still about 10 or 11 to go. But Bill Stone did a nice job there.
Rice run, and of course on the tackle, Don Vaughn Jr., number 22, as Norristown putting a couple of new guys in there on the defense. That defensive team for Norristown has been in there a long time in the second half alone tonight.
Yeah, on third down, Giacomo checks into the game. He'll be in the backfield.
They got 2 receivers split out to the left.
Handoff goes on the delay to Giacomo. Giacomo breaks it up inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line. It'll be fourth and about 6. And I don't think they're going to punt from here. I'm sure they'll go for it.
Phil DiGiacomo, a sophomore, 6 foot 190. And you know what's amazing when you look up and down the West roster, Bob, is the fact that they don't really have any scat backs on this team. All of their backs, and of course all the other linemen and everything, but all of their running backs and receivers are big young men.
That's right. And you got a kid, number 32, named Damian Smith, who I've seen run. Another exciter. Another look at the future in Damian Smith. On fourth down and about 6, maybe 7, full house backfield. Pitch goes to DiGiacomo. He can't get outside, and the Bucks will turn the ball over on downs, but the clock melts down to 4:53 to go in the fourth quarter, and Norristown will take over trailing 35-14.
Jim Davis, number 33, on the tackle for the Eagles. And you know what? You have to give the Eagles defense some credit. They have given up 5 touchdowns. But all in all, they've also done some good work on defense tonight over the course of the long haul.
Big fumble recovery for the touchdown. Big play there. And right now, West is going to call their final timeout.
You know, I never think, Bob, whenever I see West, whenever we see them, I never fault the defense on the way that if they even give up 40 points or 50 points,
Right.
can never fault the defense because the West offense is so potent. They're so strong. How can you fault a defensive unit?
Well, it's a team that sneaks up on you, and you know, you see them running the ball, and you say, gee, they run the ball, but they average 30-some, 40-some points a game. They scored a school record 59 points early in the season, and they don't pass the ball that much. It's just, as I've always said, a Mike Pettin team, the one thing that you usually see as the common thread is precision.
Mm-hmm.
They don't make a lot of mistakes.
No,
you saw a few penalties tonight on shifts, some motions. You don't usually see that too much, but you didn't see that in the second half. That's one thing. You saw a couple of plays here, the holding play, but I'll tell you, they play precision football. A lot of clean jerseys in there right now. We'll try and get some numbers for you. Blake, however, is still in the quarterback. Back to pass, off play action. Got time. Now he doesn't have time, so he'll roll outside, and he's going to be smothered and brought down. Brian Buckley started him, and Pelena finished him.
Let's give credit once again to the West defensive backfield. Some of the reserves in there now, but both the reserves and the starters have done tremendous work on those Norristown wide receivers because many times, Bob, Blake has had time to throw the ball, but he hasn't found the man open.
Well, I'll tell you, one guy I've watched come in reserve who we got to keep an eye on is a real nice defensive back. He's a senior, Matt Barrett, number 15. Now, DiGiacomo also with a defensive back. On second down and about 18. Deep handoff goes to Swittenberg. Kaboom! Angelo Pelena and friends meet him, and he'll gain maybe a yard.
Bob, just to show how dominant West has been all year. During the regular season, not counting last week's victory over North Penn or tonight's win over Norristown, they scored 400 points exactly during the regular season and gave up 97. Now when you match in last week and this week, we're putting them about the 470 mark. And certainly they've only given up another 30, 34 points. So just a tremendous season for the Bucks.
Well, they almost had the shutout on North Penn last week, the night scoring in the last 2 minutes. And they've only given up one offensive touch in the night, and that on a huge play by Swittenberg on 3rd and 18. Back to pass, under a rush, throws it, got a man in the middle. Nice play by Johnson to get outside. He'll be close to he'll be about 8 yards shy of the first down, get some nice yardage back, about 10 yards. But he'll still be a good 7 or 8 yards shy of the first down, and you got to bet that they'll go for it here.
Oh, sure. A nice play by Blake as Picciotti was all over him on the blitz, and he was able to get that ball out to Johnson. And Johnson, another one of those fellas, along with Swittenberg, get him the ball in the open field, and he's going to get positive yardage.
Puts a nice spin move. Now, let's take a look here.
Here we go.
Now, look at this play action. Under the rush, he throws it just as he's hit. Ball's completed. Now watch him. He's going to be stopped here, but no. Here's the spin.
Beautiful.
Gets around it, keeps his feet, and gets another 5 or 6 yards before he's finally brought down on the play.
4th and 8
by
here.
Barrett. On 4th and 8, the throw goes behind the receiver Johnson. It'll take the ball over to CB West on downs. Standing ovation for the West team. John Price, what do you got for us?
Hey guys, I'm down here with the main crew area of the Central Bucks West cheering section, and I'm here with the crew chief. What's your name?
Z Money, baby.
Yeah! Z, this is the senior section?
Yeah, baby.
And what goes on during the course of the week? I mean, do you guys get fired up like this all week, or you save it for the games?
Yeah, we get fired up, baby, all week.
Do you have anything special planned for next week? Anything special planned for next week?
Go nuts, baby, go nuts!
Now, one other thing I learned is that
Dave Edwards.
Dave Edwards, all right, big plug for Dave.
21 days.
One last thing is, for prom time, where do you guys go get your formal wear? They love Ventrescas. Back up to you guys.
Beautiful, John. Beautiful.
John, you are a legend, I'm telling you.
Z Money, huh?
I'm telling you, you are a legend.
Here's Z. He's got a heck of a name,
Z
Z Money.
Money.
He's happy tonight. It's a happy bunch of young students.
And John's
tonight.
name for the rest of the night is DePrice Be Right. On the first carry, a gain of about a yard. The clock ticking down inside 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 35-14. The Bucks in control of the game. Bill Stone at quarterback. Barrett in motion. The pitch goes to DiGiacomo, breaks a tackle behind the line, but he won't break the rest of the tackles as a host of Jersey's Norristown defenders bring him down. Again, the clock will continue to run, however, and the next snap will come with barely over a minute to go.
Bob, so it happens every year so often. You almost take it for granted, but you can't take it for granted. Congratulations to the CB West team. Another victory tonight. They go to 12-0. Yet another district championship.
3 wins away.
Just unbelievable every year how this team just succeeds.
Yeah, but the road starts to get really rough now.
Oh, yeah. Hey, it was rough tonight and last week.
It's a keeper by Stone. Stone breaks it out to the right side. He gets to the 30, stays in bounds. It'll be 4th down. There's under a minute to go in the 4th quarter. And on 4th down, that was, I beg your pardon. Yeah, it is 4th down now.
12-0, district championship, Suburban 1 National Conference champions. And hats off once again to the Bucks.
Clock still running. This could very well be the last play of the game, as they're going to just let that clock run down. Fans on their feet right now cheering the CB West team as they will go to yet another District 1 championship. But as I say, the road gets rough. It's either going to be Abington Heights, who's out of the Scranton area, or Wyoming Valley West, who we saw play West last year up in Wilkes-Barre.
Well, for you
see
fans,
who it'll be.
Sorry, Bob, who are unaware, after the district championship, now 8 teams move on to the state tournament, and next week are quarterfinals, and CB West will be right there at Council Rock.
And 5 seconds to go in the 4th quarter to delay a game. They'll just take a knee, and that'll end the game at this point. But again, you still have to say, waiting in the wings, if they can get through next week, is Central Dauphin. And Central Dauphin almost put them out last year.
Well, certainly. I mean, you get to this level, and the level we've been with for the last couple of weeks with North Penn and Norristown, and then moving into the state tournament, you're talking about great teams that certainly can beat anybody on any given week.
And again, you have the victory offense, deep tailback all the way back is Barrett. Stone will probably take the knee. He'll step back, takes the knee. 2 seconds, 1 second, and that's it. That's it. The Bucks are the District 1 Quad A champions, and they will move on to Council Rock. And yes, we will be there for that game. They'll be playing either Wyoming Valley West or Abington Heights. The teams come to the middle of the field. Marty, great game. John Price, if you're there, why don't you step onto the microphone and join us if you can. But Marty, in the meanwhile, let's talk a little bit about the dominance here. 2 big plays for Norristown, the run, the fumble recovery, and in both situations, CB West came back and answered. One answered as suddenly as Norristown had with Edwards' electrifying run, and then just smash mouth football in the 3rd quarter after the fumble recovery, just putting the game away.
Well, Bob, one thing we know, we've seen it all year, West is able to do it, smash mouth, long drives, and they're also able to do it in quick bursts. They can go long. We saw a couple of long runs tonight. So, I mean, certainly this West team has it all. Offense, defense. The defense was tremendous tonight. And special teams also did a great job for West tonight in that they did not allow Norristown any long kickoff or punt returns.
Absolutely. They did the job. They kept Swittenberg out of the game except for that one spectacular run.
Right.
They let him get some of his yardage. Edmonds was not a factor. Blake was not a factor. Stewart was not a factor. The defense, they wore the defense down. They just kept wearing him down and wearing him down. They scored early in the game, 2 minutes, 22 seconds gone. Pichotti with a 23-yard run after a 25-yard run. And then, of course, the electrifying run in the 2nd quarter by Swittenberg, 64 yards, answered approximately a minute and 10 seconds later by Edwards with a 57-yard run. And then from there, it was another touchdown by Pichotti, 5 yards to make it 21-7 at the half. In the second half, here goes West. They look like they're moving the ball. Fumble, pick up by Stewart, bursts into the end zone 50-some yards. It's suddenly 21-14, but here come the Bucks, and it was all Bucks from that point on.
The Bucks offense really, by holding on to the ball and doing so well, never let the Norristown offense really into the game after the Swittenberg run. And just a great job by both the Bucks offense and defense. And also, I want to mention that Norristown played itself a great game tonight. They just ran into a buzzsaw, a team that's getting better every week. You notice during the regular season, West nipped North Penn. Then in the playoffs, they beat them pretty easily. In the regular season, West had a tough time with Norristown tonight. It was a tough game, but West wins by 3 touchdowns. So West is just getting better and better. Our hats off to Norristown and Roger Grove, a great season.
And you say Norristown, you talk about them. They had to beat North Penn at North Penn to get to the playoffs. They had to beat Penridge at Penridge to get into the finals. They did that. They did what they had to do. They came in here and they held them 7-7 until late in the second quarter. And again, Dave Edwards with a big score. They hold Norristown. But Norristown has nothing to be ashamed about. And I'll tell you right now, they will be back next year. That is going to be we talked about it all game long. You've got West with a young team. You've got Norristown with a young team. You've got North Penn with a young team. You've got Penridge who's got some players coming back who can do some things. You've always got Council Rock who's got a few real good young players. Pennsbury, is going to be there. East is going to be there. It's going to be a tremendous, as you see Coach Grove talking to his squad.
He's got to be proud of that team. And, the amazing thing is that our area, we had all the 4 District 1 teams out of our area in Suburban 1. Suburban 1, just a tremendous conference. Like you mentioned, so many great teams. But a cut above, once again, are the Bucks. They are just head and shoulders above all these great teams. All these other teams are just super teams, but the Bucks are just better than everybody.
It's funny. I was on business in Denver about 4 weeks ago, and I was talking to a couple people from out there, and I talked about that. I did some work for the cable and so forth. You see Coach Pettin talking to his team, but I mentioned that I did a state championship game. I said I did it for Central Bucks West, and the people from Denver said, "We've heard of them."
Is that right?
We've heard of them. They follow football big time there. Of course, they, unlike Philadelphia, have a professional football team.
Terry.
But it's really, they talked about CBWS. They said, that's the team, they won a state championship. You look at them in USA Today, they're always there. And it's really just a testimony to Mike Pettin, Mike Carey, the whole staff of Central Bucks West.
Bob, I want to congratulate our great crew because they did such a super job of bringing this game to our fans tonight. We're going to go right down the field to John Price, then we'll get to those guys on the crew.
I'm excited to have our first representative this season from the interview standpoint of the offensive line, Joe Wilson, senior. Joe, you had an outstanding year all year long. You kind of knew coming into this year that you had a nice team put together. How do you feel after today's District 1 championship? You guys have done it 2 years in a row now.
We're glad to get this over with, to get out of this district, because everyone knows it's the hardest district, and now we're just looking forward to going to the States, this district.
You got next Friday night, I think you guys are playing at Council Rock High School. It's kind of local. Does that help bring the parents out and some more of the supporters? Does that feel good?
Yeah, it brings all the fans out. The rest of the league comes out and sees us play. Everyone's supporting. It's really great.
What's been the highlight so far for you of the season? The district championship?
Yeah. It feels really nice to get back.
As far as the comparison from last year to this year, do you think the composition of the team is such that you'll be able to repeat what you did last year?
Hopefully. I mean, it's going to be a challenge, but I think they say Central Dolphin or something?
Yeah.
We got to get, we have to go through them this year.
All right, that's Joe Wilson, offensive line representative. Thanks a lot, Joe. Best of luck to you. Back up to you guys.
Good job, John. Get one of those heroes on the offensive line. Joe Wilson, one of the Wilson brothers, and of course, great offensive line crew. You were giving out some thanks to some of our crew.
Absolutely. Our fine director with Jeff Kennedy, the audio woman, the great Gina Green, our graphics person, Kim Newell, and our outstanding camera crew of Kevin McCory, Terry Colbert, and Deddy Lognane. Great job, guys and gals. Tremendous job bringing you the pictures tonight and the audio and the graphics on TSM. And we're proud to bring it to you, fans.
Absolutely. John Price still trying to get some more people. He's offering the tie, I understand, although that's mine. I'm telling you right now.
Well, this is, of course, we want to mention our Video Computer Store post-game show. For computers up to 70% off, you want to call that number 1-800-600-8005 or visit Video Computer Store's new location only 10 miles from Doylestown on 611 North in Plumsteadville. Video Computer Store brings you the post-game show. They're the only place for computers.
Now let's go through it. If North Penn, if North Penn plays Lansdale Catholic on Thanksgiving Day,
right?
Folks, but if CB West wins next week, not to look forward beyond that because it certainly is not a sure thing.
No,
they would then take on you would think Central Dauphin. We thought that last year we had the playoffs all figured out, that it would be a championship game against Altoona, and Altoona went and lost in the semifinals. So.
Yeah, you can never tell. And we also want to mention, Bob, of course, that next Thursday, Thanksgiving morning, we will be in Quakertown for the traditional Penn Ridge and Quakertown, and that should be a great battle. Penn Ridge coming off a district playoff appearance. They gave Norristown all it could handle last week, and Quakertown, an exciting up-and-coming team. So we'll see you on Thanksgiving morning before we head to Council Rock for next week's CB West playoff game.
Absolutely, but we will have the playoff game, and it's going to be an exciting time, as it is playoff fever time. We're approaching Thanksgiving. We don't get a chance to talk to you. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Do we have John Price, our own little turkey there? I think he's got Brian Buckley. John?
I think that was a compliment, Bob.
Thank you.
Obviously, Brian Buckley's down here. Brian, last time I talked to you was a couple games ago. We discussed some senior leadership issues. That seemed to me, after that game, you guys kind of came out, and you must have done something in the locker room when you recognized that, and you've really stepped it up, and the team responded.
Yeah, the Monday after that interview, couple of seniors went in the weight room after practice, and we had a serious talk, saying, guys, we could, exit the season a lot faster than we expected to. And we have to, start picking up, start getting on people. I mean, yeah, they might be your friends, but you want them to do well. And so, just the leadership had to pick up. It just couldn't be like a one-man show of someone leading, It's just, we had to have everyone in there telling each other what to do. We had the juniors telling them to pick it up now. I mean, heck, it's everyone's team now. So it's not just seniors and juniors and sophomores. It's like the whole entire thing together.
Up to this point in the season, do you think Norristown ranks up there with one of the more difficult schools to prepare for?
Oh, yeah, definitely. They're a great team. I mean, they deserve to be where they were. They got a multiple attack there. They got a great running game, great passing game.
All right, that's it from
John.
here,
John,
yes,
quick question for Brian. Tell him we had Dave Armstrong in the booth with us, and he wanted to know if it would be possible that possibly he could play next week.
Bob Friedman had Dave Armstrong in the booth at halftime, and Dave wanted to know if there was an extra uniform. Maybe you guys could have him suit up next week.
Yeah, Dave's one of my good buddies, and he always calls me every couple times a week. And, I told him if he wants to, we got a couple extra jerseys to swap on. Maybe they won't know or anything, but his hair's a little bushy now, so I don't know. About it.
All right, thanks again, Brian. Best of luck to you. Outstanding season, District 1 championship. You guys have been a joy to watch all season long. We appreciate it. Back up to the booth.
John, great job as usual. John Price doing the job, getting the big interview. So we have come to the end of a great District 1 championship game, a game which has seen Central Bucks West once again walk away with the District 1 4A title. They will move to the state championships, and now there are only 8, Marty.
That's right, 8 teams left. The top 8 teams in the state, and boy, it's really exciting. The last couple weeks have been so exciting, and you know what? I don't see why West can't repeat last year. I mean, they just look so strong. It really would amaze me if any team in the state could beat this team.
Well, don't tell that to Mike Patton. There's still 3 games to go. We'll see what happens, and we will be at Council Rock next week as CB West will take on either Abington Heights or Wyoming Valley West. So, for the crew, the camera people, the directors, the graphics, for everybody here, for John Price on the field, and for my partner, Marty Katz, I'm Bob Friedman. Thanks for joining us. Final score, Central Bucks West 35, Norristown 14. Good night, and we'll see you at the game. Take care, everybody.